legends doing what they do, bringing information for me and you. Ron Moorhead and his Sierra Sounds, Darrell Denton, the Tennessee Bigfoot Man, along with Michelle Desrochers, bring adventures across this land. So much information brought to you each week, actively out there looking is the truth they seek.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and alone the darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated, let's stop this conversation. Stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Welcome everyone to a special edition of Author's Quill. I hope everyone's having a good morning, good afternoon, and great evening wherever you are on our big, beautiful planet. We reach every time zone here, so I know it's for some of y'all it's the wee hours of the morning. Some of them more the afternoons. We're getting a little feedback back from somewhere where that came from. Anyway, for all y'all out there in the world, we're going live now. So, it's interesting to know we cross every time zone. That means I'm waking somebody up right now.
Yeah.
It's like time to get up and listen to the crazy people. But we're doing a special edition for Writers of the Future, Writers and Illustrators of the Future. And they're coming up to the big gala event they do once a year, where all the winners get together. They have 24 winners that basically they bring in from all around the planet, set them up in Hollywood, put them through a week's worth of classes.
Rigorous training.
Yes, lots of fun, lots of meeting people, but also introducing them to some of the more famous illustrators and authors from around our country, some with big book credits to their names. So it's a good place to learn. It's a good place to explore. It's a good place to experience. It's a good place to make contacts as well. Thomas, how you doing down there, man? Just ignore these two over here.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Joe. Very good. I'm in sunny Venice Beach, which is a bit of a change from wintry Melbourne. I flew in yesterday, so feeling pretty good.
No, Jack, he's in Australia. They're on the other side of the planet.
They're just starting your winter. We're just starting our summer.
Yeah,
we have opposite seasons, my friends. Just the way it works. But hey, good.
Yeah,
if you're rich,
it's a disconcerting feeling flying across, because I left at 10 o'clock on Friday night and arrived at 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, and the toilet spins the other direction when you flush it too, right?
It's what's that, Kirby? No, it's a hell of a flight from Australia to here, and I don't know anybody.
Yeah, it's about 14 hours, I think.
Yeah, it's just, you're up there and you just let the plane go. No layovers, no stopovers, just straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's if you can catch them like that, that's the best way to go.
Yeah, I mean, because kind of they're sort of flying over the Pacific. Where are you going to stop over at? There's not a whole lot of places.
Maybe Fiji,
Yeah, it's
Japan,
New Zealand or Hawaii, I think.
That's about it.
Hawaii.
I mean, some people before, depending where they were in Australia or New Zealand, they fly via Japan, or they have to make some weird via to get here because of not being on the main line. But that's good that you got that. So anyway, so you're here now. So you'll figure out how to adapt yourself to the new schedule once you get back to Australia.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. I think it's never as bad going on holiday than coming back and having to get up for work the next day.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so what's it like there? You're at Venice Beach. You're at Venice Beach, or you're at Venice Beach.
Yeah, Venice Beach. We went for a walk along down to Santa Monica this morning. Caught some 3-up basketballs. It's just America is so big, and there's just a lot.
Yeah.
Coming
Did you
from.
take off your shirt and your cap and go to Muscle Beach there? Go to that little gym part there and just show your girlfriend, like, okay, this here I am. I'm going to compare now with these other guys here on Muscle Beach.
Yeah, no, I've got noodle arms, so I wasn't going to take my shirt off and start pumping iron.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's the country is massively big. I got some friends from England right now, and they just got their visas because they want to stay. And he's like, man, he said, I thought, it's not that big. And then the guy he's staying with said, well, he said, I got to go to work. It's about an hour and a half drive. And then I'm going to see a friend of mine, which is about another hour and a half. He's like, what are you talking about? He said, yeah. He said, man, I'd be in Germany if I drove that long straight, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Australia's big, but it's empty.
Yeah,
beautiful. Like there are 12 million fewer people in Australia than there are in California.
Just Los Angeles.
Yeah,
and think of that. Well, Canada and California is about the same population. And just think of the mass of land we're talking about between Canada and Australia, and that's only maybe 60 million people between them. That's scary.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but no, more like 80, huh? But still, that's not a lot for all that land. I don't know. I haven't had the chance to go to Australia. I've always wanted to go, but even in the Navy, I thought I was going to at least get to sneak down there one time, but nope. For some reason,
you didn't get to come down to look at our boats.
No, because we were scheduled with a Westpac group out of there, duties for trials, and so I figured, all right, for sure. And then nope, they sent us somewhere else. Some other BS was going on, so they diverted. I was on a Nimitz, they diverted it to somewhere else. I was like, what? I'm like, man. And then that's like Hawaii. I got to tell you this, and I'll let you talk. Couldn't wait to go to Hawaii. Right, ship sail right past. You could see the island from the boat.
Straight on past.
With the binoculars, you could even see the people. We just sail right on by.
Drive by.
Ooh, I was like, everybody on the deck was looking at each other like, you kidding me, right? No way.
You don't get to stop.
There's no stopping. So, what got you motivated? I mean, what got you here, man? I'm curious. How did you end up here?
How did I end up here? Oh, you guys paid for me to come.
No, but I mean, what got you there? What got you there to get him to pay for you? You had to be doing something extraordinary to get him to pay for you.
What did I? So I guess if you go right back to the start, I was kind of toying with writing. Had a couple of little ideas that I was like, oh, maybe I'll start, but I'm probably no good. And then that was like the back end of 2019. And then I think you'll remember what happened in 2020. And so we had some significant lockdowns in Melbourne where we were, there was not much going outside going on. And so I didn't have anything else to do. So I thought I might as well start writing. And so by the end of 2020, I'd finished a draft of a novel, and it was terrible. Like if you go back to that first draft, it's basically unreadable. Yeah. But the second half was better than the first half. So I went back and rewrote the first half and sent it to some friends. And they was like, well, this isn't terrible. I've read worse.
That's encouraging.
Well, that's what friends are for, though, you should be honest.
Yeah. And so, like 7 drafts later, that novel's published, and I've been, writing short stories here and there and submitting them around. They've got 5 published short stories now. So, yeah, it's a lot of writing every day, really, because I really enjoy it.
I'm about a third of the way through your book. I'm finishing off Tim Powers' novel. I'm trying to finish yours so we can do an interview on the podcast with you while you're here.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah,
I hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah. So the story that you won for Writers of the Future, tell us about that.
How much am I allowed to give away?
You're fine now to talk. Now we're interested in selling the book. We want people to pre-order it. So you need to tell them so they say, oh, I got to read that story.
Okay. Well, so I guess I've been interested in like the logistics of science fictional worlds for a long time, probably because I'm an engineer and I like to understand how things kind of work in the background. Yeah. There's a few of us around, and so like I went to Vic Roads or something with I had to get like a license change or something like that. And there was all this paperwork you had to fill out, and there's so many things you go to Vic Roads to do, like you have to go to do, get a permit for, and like got to prove your identity. And I was like, oh God, how much more difficult would it be to prove your identity when you're just like a consciousness floating in a machine? Like you don't have a body, you can't go and get your passport out of your wallet. You need someone else to do it for you. So yeah, that's kind of where my story came from. It's about a disembodied consciousness trying to get his a permit to transfer into a robotic body.
That's awesome.
It's pretty clever. Yeah, it's a very clever story. Obviously, it had to be because he won.
Well, that's a great story because there's a speculation on some of the other shows we do on the network about some it's alien research that they think that they have a downloadable type of consciousness. If their body is damaged, they can re-download that entity's consciousness into a new undamaged body, and hence, therefore, they're essentially immortal.
Yeah, and I imagine there's a lot of paperwork to be done when you're immortal.
Yeah. You ruined another body? Really? That's 5,000 this week.
So that's interesting. So because I read these stories here, so I've read it. I'm proofreading it for the book before it could go to the press, and then once again to QC it so that could happen, and then the audiobook, which is just amazing. So I've finished that. Now they're making the pickups they're doing to handle points that need to be fixed. And so that'll be done this week.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, it's really good. Stefan Radnicki is the guy that's producing with Steamboat, I think Steamboat Productions. And he's a 2-time Grammy Award-winning producer for audiobooks. So it's a really good production. It's really, really good. You're going to enjoy that. I think it's 6 different actors reading the different stories. So it's good. But it's so you've read the book?
Yeah, I have. I thought it was interesting that the 4 winners are all basically like science fiction crime thrillers.
There's several like that. Yeah. I mean, Dorothy, we had her on early in the first hour, and so she's from South Africa. She wrote the story Thickly. Yeah,
her story is completely different from everything else in the anthology.
Totally, yeah. And it's just so different. Also, just that that moral code and that what's important down there as compared to in other countries. For them, being skinny is not good. If you're big, then it shows that you got money and you got food. It's amazing just the different culture on that stuff. So whereas here you take pills to get skinny, there they take that was a story taking pills to get full, to get big.
I really enjoyed that story. It was a nice mix up from the rest of the anthology, I thought.
Yeah, that's good. And then you've not seen the art yet, though, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So, what do you, now that you're here, but what are you most looking forward to for the workshop weekend that you're here?
I think just meeting a bunch of other science fiction and fantasy writers, and we can kind of geek out a bit.
Yeah.
I think like writing can be quite lonely, and community is really important. And it's the kind of thing I think for all of us are taking it pretty seriously. We want to turn this into a full-time gig. And I don't think that's something you can do on your own. You kind of got to like forge those paths together. So yeah, looking forward to making some new friends. It's the main thing, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is years ago, earlier on in the contest, we had Sean Williams and Sean Tan, both from Australia. And when they came out and won, it was like they thought they were the only ones, because it's so much space there and so few people in between all those spaces. And so they didn't know any other, creative. They didn't know either science fiction writers or artists. And when they came out and found all these people, it's like, wow, there's more people like me, And so, it was quite a good thing for them to be able to meet other science fiction writers and fantasy writers, and artists and stuff. So any of the particular judges that you're looking forward to meeting?
So I've never read any of Tim Powers' work, but now that I've looked him up, I think he's the kind of author I would really like. So I'm quite looking forward to meeting Tim Powers. I think his book Declare, which is about, it's like an occult take on the Second World War.
Yep.
An occult spy novel. That sounds like it was written just for me. So yeah, looking forward to meeting Tim, I think.
Yeah, he's a World Fantasy Award-winning author.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Dean Wesley-Smith is coming down this year, but I'm also keen to meet Dean because I've argued with him over email a couple of times. It'd be nice to put a face to the name.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not able to make it, but so you can still continue to argue with him over the phone.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. But we'll have Orson Scott Card, and Kevin Anderson, and Larry Niven. We'll have about 15 different writer judges here.
Yeah.
And then about 10 or so illustrator judges. So there'll be a lot of them here that will work with you. So now the book that you wrote, I'm trying to pull it open here, but so the one that you published that, like I said, I'm in the middle of, but I got to finish the one with Tim first. Was that self-published or did that go through a publishing house?
I went through Kickstarter. Yeah, so I self-published through Kickstarter.
That's becoming more and more of a resource for writers to get their books out there as Kickstarters. So it means you got a social presence then?
No, not really. Just a little, tiny little one.
But how'd you, because like I know that Brandon Sanderson's he's like set the pace for that with $42 million on his Kickstarter, but he worked for years to build his base. And he just did another Kickstarter, last week? He did it for one day and came up with $7 million.
Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't make anywhere near that much money. I basically I earned enough to pay off my printing costs.
Good.
And that was about it. But I guess basically at the moment, I'm really only focusing on writing rather than marketing and just kind of building readership one reader at a time. A couple of friends and we have probably about once a month we'll go to a different like farmers market or makers market or book fair or something like that, and we'll sell our books at the book fair. We're at the Clunes Book Festival in regional Victoria maybe 3 weeks ago, and the table itself sold about $2,000 worth of books. So yeah, slowly but surely, one or two readers at a time.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, you gotta be willing to just like do the drill.
Yeah, but they're gonna teach you all of the social media and stuff, and how to get, how to pick up people faster. I mean, it can get a little crazy, but I mean, there's ways to increase the people following you and stuff like that. I mean, we use a lot of different things. I mean, we have a lot of social media presence, but we also have a staff that deals with most of it.
Yeah.
But you know, when I started out, I had 3 personal Facebook page, 1 Instagram page, a Twitter page, and something else, Instagram and something else. And that's all I had. And they worked great. I mean, before long, there was 25, 35, 40,000 people on them. I think our total combined media presence right now is around 2 or 3 million. So it's, it can be done. And if you're the people like, and you're going on the right shows, and don't forget, there are in the world right now probably 15 or 20 million podcasts, all of them looking for guests, all of them. And, if you got a good story, something good, especially if it's in whatever genre it may be in, you'll be surprised how many people will invite you on their show to talk about it. Like
hey guys, I'm going to have to pop out and come in because my audio is coming in really garbled. So I'm going to jump outside and come back in.
All righty.
It's,
yeah, one thing we'll be doing with you, what Joe's talking about then, Thomas, is we're going to be going over all those some of those different points and ways that you can do things to build up that base. And you're going to have like Mark Leslie. He's the guy that one of the founders of Kobo and does Drafted Digital. And hey Nathan.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, man?
When one slipped out, then Nathan slipped in here, so that's good. Oh, now Jay's back.
Yeah, but the audio still is all. Sorry, still kind of garbled. You guys sound like Cylons on my end.
They all sound good on my end.
Well,
they all sound good to me.
Weird.
Cylons are indistinguishable from people.
Let me see what's going on with my speaker settings. Maybe that's it.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so Nathan is one of our illustrator winners. So welcome, Nathan.
Hello.
So where are you coming from? It's like Thomas is normally from Australia, but he's now in Los Angeles at the beach. For a few days. Just arrived from
Australia. Do you see the nice, beautiful blue sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So where are you, Nathan?
Indiana.
Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home?
No.
Okay.
Southeastern Indiana.
All right.
God, I don't think I've been in Indiana in 2 decades. About 2 decades, yeah.
So you fly out on Saturday, Nathan?
Yes, next Saturday. First thing in the morning. I think I'm the first one to arrive.
Oh, good. Yeah. So we're
the illustrators.
We got a whole team of drivers ready to pick up everybody and bring them to the workshop.
They get you pretty fast.
Yeah. Have you been to Hollywood before?
Not Hollywood specifically. I've been to Pasadena.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're like right behind me, this Hollywood Boulevard on the other side of this window. And then that way, about 100 yards is where the Oscars is in Hollywood. And then right across the street from there is the hotel, the Roosevelt Hotel, where you'll be staying. So you're right into the heart of Hollywood where you'll be.
And all the parades go right in front of your window there behind you too, yeah?
Yep. But not during the week we got Rise of the Future.
Yeah, it's nice and peaceful.
We like it when there's not the premieres, when there's not the parades. It's just we want to have it. So
the only thing you got to watch out for is
crazies.
You got to watch out for them dumb robots. But other than that, it's pretty cool. We have them little box robots running around delivering stuff, man. They get stupid sometimes. John and I were having lunch at some little restaurant, and I was watching one of the portraits on the front. It was on the corner. I couldn't figure out where the hell to go. I was like, oh man, I'm glad I'm inside here.
So Nathan, how long have you been creating art?
Oh, I guess you'd say technically since I was a child, but going towards a professional aspect, starting to do more commission work, RPG work since 2021.
Yeah.
So in RPG, what do you do with the RPG role-playing games?
I got my start doing specifically characters and creatures. So I've worked with numerous third-party companies, numerous indie companies, and as of right now, I am starting work with Paizo on Pathfinder.
Oh, good. That's pretty cool. So that's definitely a major stepping stone right there with Paizo.
Certainly.
Yeah, so you like doing fantasy art?
Yes. I'm currently in the planning stage of branching out to other fields of illustration.
Yeah.
But mainly I work in fantasy art.
That's good. Yeah. So any of the various instructors that we have here that you're looking forward to meeting?
Fortunately, I've gotten to meet a good deal of them, but obviously Dan Dos Santos is a favorite. Sadly, I know Bob Eccleston can't make it out this year, but he's one that I've gotten to know really well.
Yeah.
He's doing his Zoom
presentation. He's doing his Zoom presentation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to meeting all the, judges and instructors.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some, there'll be lots of them, and they're all over the place in terms of their careers, what they work in. You'll have one guy that's he works for Disney, and he's the lead creative for several of their movies, the animated movies, Craig Elliott. And there's also guys too that went the route of where you're going right now. And then once they were in that for however many years, then they were able to finally go on their own and just do their own working commissions only. They're all excited about that they were able to make that jump, so there's some of those guys there. And there's some amazingly talented artists there to be working with you. And then you have there's the live drawing sessions that you'll be doing there. And there's going to be the, one afternoon you can go out to a studio of one of the judges, and so there's just lots of stuff you'll be doing, which is way cool. And then there's the gala. So are you guys both set for the gala itself? Have you seen what the gala is like, either of you?
I've seen some of the social media posts from it.
It's like the Oscars.
Yeah, they're all available. The last few years we've posted on YouTube and all.
Yeah. Have you seen, Thomas? Have you seen any of the footage? You're muted. Thomas, you're muted.
Unmute your mic.
Sorry, there's music playing in the background. I didn't want to be interrupting.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I have. It looks a little bit over the top for my usual taste, but I'm sure I'll get into it. Do you know if there's like a live stream? My mum and dad wanted to.
Yeah,
yes, there is. Yes,
Oh,
there is.
perfect. I'll send them the details then.
Actually, there'll be on that particular night, because of the new system, there'll be multiple live streams.
Yeah, but it's going to be the actual event starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so whatever that is for you, and then there's an hour-long stream leading up to the show. So there's an hour-long of photos over the 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll have
sleep early because you're going to be up all night.
Yeah. It'll end up being something like 10 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, I think.
Yeah.
In Melbourne.
Yeah. So there'll be no problem with them. They will finish their morning coffee and just here's my Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep you busy. It's you're gonna stay busy the whole time you're there.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Have you both been given the coffee strategy?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, you got to get the coffee but that's over off the services. And you got to catch it when John's there. If John's not there, don't get no coffee. But if John's there, you got to catch him.
I have a really nice tea from Italy, from Milano, Italy, Milan. So Nathan, do you have anybody coming out with you or for you?
Sadly, just timing just hasn't worked out. So I'll certainly be sending a link out to family members, and I'd certainly sympathize with Thomas about the nature of the gala and stuff, just because I come from a little bit more of a closer to a blue collar background, especially with where I'm from. So the idea of a black tie event, I can't even remember the last time I ever wore a tux. I definitely haven't worn one as an adult. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Don't worry, man.
It's a very few people end up wearing tuxes, except for mostly just and even not so much that anymore, but for weddings, but it's fun to be able to do that. And you're in an environment where there's like a lot of celebrities that's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of media there at the event, and then obviously all the judges and fellow winners. But it's one of the things we go over, and I'll be doing that multiple times, is in a career, like last year, there was over 4 million books published. So there's a lot of authors, but there's a lot of artists also clamoring for attention. Use me, use me. And there's a lot of great artists and a lot of great authors. So what can make you stand out? And this is proven to be one of the best facilitators for successful careers. There's 2 years ago, we did a survey of the of all the winners from the first 41 years, and we're at 62%. So because of the nature of this contest and the fact that it's known to be blind judge, and so that somebody wins, they really are good. They're not like they didn't buy their way into it. So somebody looking for somebody to hire as an artist or as to take on, to take out of the slush pile for a story. If somebody says, okay, I want to rise the future, it makes a big difference. And then by showing somebody that you can really, you're a good person, you're a nice person. It's just, some people are not nice people. And even though they maybe write something or paint something good, they're not necessarily nice to work with. And it just makes a difference. And we just see it time and time again. It's you got to have talent, but also if you're known to be a good person or someone that's good to work with, that you make your deadlines, all these things here, it gives you a definite leg up. And so here you're going to end up with amazingly good media supporting you. And you've had a couple of different articles, right?
Articles. Yeah, there's been a couple.
Yeah. So it's good to be able to have that. And so a lot of artists have been found from the media they've done, where people say, oh, wow, there's somebody. And then now, because you're talked about, that automatically puts you a bit ahead of the other person who's just relying upon my buds to tell friends about them. So it does make a big difference. And like you said, you're already now working with Paizo. Are you going to, or are you already working with Paizo?
I'm already working with them. I'm working on my first job with them.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and so you have other people that I think probably worked with Paizo. In fact, yeah, there are some people, other judges that work with them. And then the same thing with you, Thomas. You're going to have, just the fact that you can put this on your pitch letter that you were a winner in Rise to the Future. Immediately, the editors take your work out of the slush pile.
I also had a novella nominated for Aurealis Award this year, which is like the best Australian science fiction and fantasy. So yeah, it's a bit happening this year. I'm very excited.
No, that's great. Yeah, it's Aurealis is we've got several past winners that routinely win Aurealis awards and have for the last.
Yeah, Tim Napper, who's the past winner. Yeah, he beat me for best novella. But I met him afterwards, and he's lovely. So it's hard to hold it against him.
Yes,
and he's a 5-time winner.
Yeah, let him know that you won the contest too. He'll be chuffed about that.
Yeah.
John, did we ask them how many entries they put in before they were selected as winners?
Yeah. So Thomas, how many times did you submit?
I think this is my 7th.
Okay. Good. And then Nathan?
Pardon me?
How many times did you submit to the Illustrator contest?
Just 3 times.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So, it's going to be a cool thing. We also have a lot of, like, Joe's going to be there to doing interviews, and we have one guy that owns scifiction.com, which is the Sci-Fi Channel internet site, and we have someone else who creates content for 2 different major networks. One of them is BBC, and she'll be here. Then we have somebody from China as a winner. So we have the major Chinese news network will be coming out here.
Yeah, I hope that lady comes back over. Yeah. The year before last, one of the lady that was over, their group, they 500 million viewers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Xinhua, Xinhua, Xinhua.
We talked quite a lot while she was there. She was a very interesting lady.
Yeah.
Of course, anybody with that kind of viewers, you want to be good friends with someone like that. But there's so many ways to get viewers these days, or listeners, or readers, and I mean, startups always a cool thing, but there's so much now out there. I'm watching people making $500,000 a month off of TikTok for doing nothing but yapping. I wouldn't mind if it's something good, but it's just garbage, and they're still making it.
Yeah.
So
Thomas, so have you read Fear?
Yeah, I did. I read it over the holidays while on your recommendation.
Yeah. So that's Tim Power's favorite story from Hubbard. So that'll be part of the workshop there.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
The twists caught me.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's definitely was definitely written 80 years ago. It's an interesting look at I guess what small town America would have been like, I guess. Like, it seems like a lot has changed in the last 80 years.
That's interesting because on the last show, somebody else was saying it was amazing how well it held up. So that's, I guess, different perspectives. And then what about you, Nathan? You read Typewriter?
Yes. I found myself particularly drawn into the interactions of Horace with the other authors.
Yeah.
And just interesting to see that side of things and like that kind of perspective. And I think there's something just about creators talking with one another and just how sometimes frustrating creating a story, or in my case, of course, creating art, how frustrating that can be, and just the difficulties within the creative process.
Yeah. Yeah. And you'll be doing a lot of the drawing and different drills you'll be doing there will be using samples from or different images from the Typewriter in Your Sky book. But a lot of the names of the various characters, and especially in the end at the bar scene, those are all various pen names that Hubbard used. So it was because he wrote under, I think, 16 different pen names because he was so prolific. And so in order to be able to handle getting published, all the stories he wrote, he had different pen names. And sometimes you have 3 or 4 stories in a magazine all written by him, but different pen names. So he wrote a lot. But Typewriter is a really fun story. One of our earlier judges, Mike Resnick, that was his favorite story. And because that was the beginning of recursive science fiction. That was like the beginning of that genre, which is science fiction about science fiction. So it's making about itself, poking fun or making commentary about it. So that's the other thing about that too. But you'll definitely have a lot of good imagery that it'll work with, on some of the different salon things you'll be doing. But that's one of the things you have too is the live drawing at the workshop.
Yeah, I love when they do the models. That's always Echo gets up there and poses them for y'all. She cracks me up. She'll keep y'all busy. I'll tell you that much. Whew, Lord, that woman's something else.
Yeah,
she's a great artist. I love her work, and we've presented her work on the network a few times. I like to. She's got a couple of special collections we'd like to put on every once in a while. And she's just fun actually. It's she knows y'all are there to learn, so she's there to teach. She definitely keeps the pace up.
Yeah,
which is a good thing. But almost all of the illustrated judges are pretty cool people. I mean, Dan is. We just call him Dan the Man because that's who he is. And then of course Tom is. Everybody loves Tom. He's which all is he coming?
He's not going to make it because his daughter's getting married the same day. So
I thought that was funny.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's hey, that means you're gonna. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm not gonna read no comments. I hope he's a happy person. Tom's a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, and then we also have Rob Pryor. I don't know if you've heard of him or not before. He's a definite wild guy. He's been a judge for several years. He paints with 2 hands, and it's a drip technique that he uses. He'll be going to a studio. He last fall he went to the Vatican. He was invited out there because he did the Pope asked him to do a portrait of him, and then they had people in there with a visit with him, and he was one of the people there. And then the Pope said, "Okay, I'm done." And so let's shoot. Everybody said, "No, you stay to Rob." And so they just sat around and talked for an hour and a half, and talked about race cars and all kinds of stuff. And then he commissioned him to do more paintings. And then Rob got a text from him over Christmas saying Merry Christmas. but Rob's in training. He's going to be going into space. He's been commissioned to paint 32 paintings while weightless up there of Earth and space and stuff. So he's
that sounds fascinating.
No,
Yeah,
so
when I heard that, I was amazed. I was like, I want to see that. Now, how was he going to? He's not going to do the two-hand thing in space. He's not. I don't think he's going to be slinging paint all over the place.
Well, I think they're going to have special coating on the inside of the capsule.
Okay,
yeah, they'll give him his own special room. I imagine.
Globules of paint floating around for weeks while they're up there floating.
Yeah,
just put him in a bubbles.
Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, he's definitely looking forward to this too. So it's but anyway, it's gonna be a good thing. So that you've got the stories that you've read, and then for yourself, Thomas, you did the writer workshop, the online writing workshop. Yeah, because that's with that under your belt. Then they go on top of that. Given that you've studied that and have those things down, then they go into more of the master class on top of that.
All right, so sorry guys, I've got to take off. I'm meeting my girlfriend at the beach. Thanks for having me though.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Thomas. I look forward to seeing you in a few days.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you all in a few days.
No, go enjoy yourself, babe.
Great.
Yeah, well,
okay.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye.
Oh man, trying to rip stuff off the wall here.
So now, Nathan, do you do commission work as well?
Occasionally. I'm mostly currently I'm just balancing time between client work and teaching.
So you teach what?
I teach illustration as a professor.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Where at?
Adjunct professor, but still.
Hey, still teaching it. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
The only way you get to move up the chain is if you're doing it.
Right.
Where are you teaching?
Heron School of Art.
Well, that's very cool then. So on your are you across the board on the various mediums that you work with? Are you mostly digital or watercolor or acrylic?
For a lot of my client work up to the last year or so, it had been mostly digital or all digital, but I've been transitioning to do traditional work all around, primarily oils. Some work has been done in acrylics, but oils is the go-to.
Yeah.
I like oil.
It's such a different look to anything else.
It's the look, it's the feel, it's the whole, I don't know. I just prefer it myself. It's not that I hate on any other art. I mean, I use digital art on a network every day. So it's not like I'm hating, but I just something about oil. I just prefer.
So then as a teacher, so how long have you been teaching as an adjunct?
This will be my third semester.
Nice.
And then you're going to, is that like your main gig, or are you trying to work it out so you can move into being a full-time artist?
The goal is to move into being a full-time artist. I do love teaching, and it's been very fulfilling, but teaching on the college level, which is certainly my preferred level to teach at, as an adjunct does not pay well.
Yeah.
And it is frustrating. It is certainly frustrating to know like how underpaid adjuncts are relative to quote unquote full-time professors.
Yep.
But generally speaking, yes, the goal is to do full-time freelance illustration. So obviously getting work on Pathfinder. Next steps, of course, is gunning for Wizards of the Coast, for Dungeons and Dragons, perhaps Magic the Gathering. And I want to start transitioning over into comic books, doing cover illustrations for comics, cover illustrations for novels.
You should be attending Dragon Con, huh?
Yeah, I actually will be, I believe, the week of the workshop, I'll be finding out whether or not I have a table.
Good. And if you don't, we can give you a pro badge yourself. We can arrange it as a winner and get you in there. So either way, you're in. And then we have one of our judges who's going to be there on, I think it's on Monday morning. All these companies you just said, he's worked for all of them. And he just recently moved out and has
Mute your mic, Jay.
solo, but he worked with them for several years. So he's got lots of experience in talk and relationships too. So he's one. Irvin Rodriguez is one you want to definitely talk to.
Yes.
Monday morning.
Yeah, that'll definitely be the plan. I also fortunate enough that just enough time overlap happens. I know one thing I'm looking forward to, because I actually have been on the phone with Joni, of course, to make sure that it's like I'm allowed to do this so I don't get into any trouble, is the 11th,
Yeah.
Because I'm basically, I'll be getting to the hotel probably around or by 10 a.m. So, I found out, there's a Gallery Nucleus show for How to Train Your Dragon. I know previous winners and judges are in the show. Bob Eggleton and April Solomon being two particular that are in the How to Train Your Dragon show. And I will basically, I've gotten permission from Joni to go to that gallery opening.
Oh, good. Yeah, April's also going to be at the workshop.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
The dragon lady.
Yes. Good. So that'll be on Saturday afternoon.
Yes, going into Saturday evening, and then I know I have to be back by a certain time for the illustrator meet and greet.
Yeah. So that you can share yourself with others too.
Yes.
Of course.
So we can watch everybody cry together. Yeah. It's always a good time. Lots of tears.
This is when everybody gets to meet each other and they get the basic briefing to begin with. What's going to happen? You meet Echo, and you'll meet. I think Lazarus will be there too, and then some of the various staff will be there, and that's where you get your schedule. You just answer basic questions. So anyway, that's it's always a fun night where you get to meet your fellow illustrator winners too, which is always fun.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to be having to sign off now because I've got the other event I need to go to now.
Yes.
And
Mr.
so you got one more person come on, but you also have, Nathan.
Oh, we got at the cruise here, so we're not worried about it. Thomas comes on the third hour, so we'll pick him up. And Nathan, you can hang out with us as long as you want, babe. But
right.
we're just chit chatting around. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
The show's actually, we're using it right now for the author's Quill, but usually the show that's right here is called The Chat. So all the audiences listen, which is usually around 5 million listeners.
So how many up to right now?
I haven't pulled it yet.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
The first hour we had just over 4.5 million people listening, watching. So it'll be that plus some on this. What we're listening to you right now.
We were about 170 countries on the first show. We may be in a few more countries on this one because when people listen to the chat, it's how's it labeled? Where the insane come to relax.
Right.
So it's
anyway. So I'll see you in a few days, Nathan.
Sounds good.
Okay. And thank you, Jay, and I'll be in touch with you.
Yeah, I'll send you the finals on this tonight when I get through.
Okay. Thanks. Okay.
Be good.
So long.
Give the boss a hug.
Yeah, and sorry guys, I'm gonna have to keep my mic muted unless I'm speaking because my laptop speakers you guys sound like robots. It's like I can't make out a damn thing. So you're getting feedback from my external speaker, so I'll be muted when I don't need to be talking.
Okay, well we'll remind you if you're talking and nothing's coming out. Now I'll tell you what, Nathan. I know a lot of the judges there really well now. I've been going there for about 7 years. I met John Goodwin because he asked me about hosting a show on this network and maybe doing some press for Writers of the Future contest. And I was like, the what? And he told me, he sent me this letter with all the stuff they do. And I wrote him back and said, you are so full of bleeping. Nobody does that, man. I'm like, stop with the bullshit. And we went back and forth like a year and a half, really. And then finally, he sent me a thing. He said, why don't you just come out? We're coming back from COVID. It's a 2-year meet and greet. Why don't you come back and check it out? So I said, I get carte blanche. I can talk to anybody I want. I can ask any questions I want of anybody there. Judges, staff, winners. He's like, yeah. Okay. So I went, and the son of a bitch was telling the truth, man. They blind judge. Y'all blind judge done a number. That's how they judge you. They don't know who you are. They don't know anything about you, which it makes it really interesting. Every now and then, I know with the authors, every now and then one of the judges will remove themselves because they recognize someone's writing, which is interesting in itself since it's just on a number. But they like it that way. It's honest. There's no pressure. It really doesn't matter what color you are, what sex you are, how tall you are. None of that really matters. You just simply being judged in your work, which is fabulous. LobbyCon or BarCon is great. Y'all stay pretty busy during the day. There's a couple of breaks. I mean, I think lunch is an hour and a half or something, but there's a pretty good group in there. And then there's usually something going on in the evenings. Like there's going to be a book signing one time, of course, a reveal. There'll be a barbecue. But after those times, most of the judges end up downstairs in the lobby or in the bar hanging out, just chit-chat. Right. All of them are approachable. And for some reason, if you ever see somebody that you just get nervous about, just tell me and I'll introduce you to them. I mean, they really want to talk to y'all. Yeah, that's what they're there for. I mean, they really honestly come there for that. That was another hard thing for me to believe. These guys came with no pay to come talk to people, to people just really getting into their careers, and they want to pay back. They feel lucky and blessed, and like they always like to remind everybody there, they started where everybody else started. Right. With nobody reading their books. They crack me up though, or buying their work. It's just, and I give artists a particularly hard time because one, I'm from New Orleans and there's art everywhere in the city. It's probably one of the reasons I like oil. But two, some illustrators are just too damn good for their own good. They'll do a book cover. You look at that book cover, you're like, son of a bitch, I've got to read this. And you're halfway through your book and I'm going to slap that illustrator. Is what you're thinking. Right. But there's some good. I got friends down there. They got a gaming company in New Orleans that started hiring $120,000 to start. They hire an artist. They're hiring skilled writers, and they're hiring programmers. And they start them all the same thing. And he decided, I'm actually friends with the guy who owns it now, but we met on an interview. But he was getting this big push for AI, right? And he's like, well, I don't want to fire a bunch of employees because I'm using AI. So he got smart. So his employees develop everything, and then AI puts everything together. So instead of taking him 3 years to do a game now, it's taking him 13 months, which means he's producing more games and making a buttload more money. And he's able to pay his employees more. I was like, wow. Because, AI worries me a little bit when it comes for artists. Not so much for writers right now, because AI, it can write, but most of the time it's jibber jabber in the middle or something. But it illustrates, it gets a little better every year, it seems. I think it's kind of cheesy that they're allowed to use everybody's artwork. Because when you look at a piece of AI artwork, you don't know how many artists it took for it to make that piece of artwork. And I'm not hating on AI art because some of it's quite good, but I think they're going to have to be some restrictions or it's going to put a bunch of people out of business. It's we pay, we used to pay for banners all the time for the network because we're usually too busy to make them. All the companies that we do business with now that house different servers for us, even like the one we're on right now, come with an AI generator built into them for building banners and stuff. Right in the show while you're live, you can do it. It's
is the background we have, is that an AI?
That's AI. The background we have is AI. Let me see.
So that is an AI generated background right there, Nathan.
Yeah. And you notice it even has the author's quill in there with John and my name in the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's I mean, that kind of stuff kind of bites. It's good for some people, but it's bad for others. I'm always just, we always push to make sure artists are getting a fair chance. But I watch the guys in the city out by Jackson Square. They got a bunch of painters come out there, and they're sketchers and painters, but they do murals. Not murals, portraits. And I watched this lady one day. It took her about 3.5 hours to paint this portrait of a woman. $2,500 she paid for that portrait. The average runs around $500, and they're doing most of them in an hour, maybe two. I don't even know how to dry in the oil that fast, to be honest with you. But they sit out there all day long. And what's funny is when they leave later in the evening, the table wrappers come out, the card readers and the teacup readers. It's an interesting place to hang out. But there's a lot of money made in that little square in front of that church. And it's amazing how much, and just on Royal Street alone, I think there's 13 galleries just just walking right through the middle of the French Quarter. Some of them have art in there older than the city. It's crazy to walk around and see that. I think that's really where I got my thing for oil, because Larry Hatch, and that's another way they make money. Larry Hatch got 10 years of posters for New Orleans. He did the Devil and Angel series. You don't even want to know how much money he made. I mean, they sell anywhere. In the old days, they sold 2 to 3 million posters. Now they sell 10, 15, 20 million of these posters. And at, $20 a poster. I think I might have gotten in the wrong line of work.
And bouncing off what Joe was saying earlier about quick painting, I kind of dabble in Bob Ross painting. It takes me about 4 hours to do what he does in like 30 minutes. So I definitely don't have the skill he does. But I don't know if they told you should be going to a writer, an illustrator's. I guess it's a workshop where you have, what is it? A 1 minute draw, a 2 minute draw, and a 3 minute draw. And
they got I think their workshops are 4 days long, 4 or 5. And I think it's 4 days. It might be 5 days. But
days.
anyway,
you have to do speed drawing, so that's going to be fun.
Well, you do live models, which is cool. They theme the models and bring in, different things. I think the year before last, they had the chick with the sword, and actually, it was 2 girls in that one. And then last year, they had like a burlesque set up with 1 guy and 3 women, but all kind of, I don't know, maybe 1,500 scarves, something like that. It's interesting to see, and I like watching the artists in their work, because some are on their pads, some are some got a pencil and pad, some are doing it other ways. It's just interesting to watch. And it's not just the art they help you. They teach you how to sell your art. Like Echo has a virtual studio for all of her art, so you can go online, get in her virtual studio, and see her entire studio in Washington State where she lives. It's a cool.
Yeah, have you met Echo yet?
Yes, I've personally met Echo before.
Yes, Echo is a beast.
I met her on through this show, but when we were doing her show, we were scrolling through her website in her artwork, and I recognized it right away. And finally I was like, I know your work from somewhere. What is it? And she went Celestial Season, and I was like, and so if anyone out there is going to help any of the artists market any of their artwork, that's her.
Yeah, Echo does a good job. I mean, she's a coordinating judge, so she's always constantly working. But there's so many. I mean, Dan DeSantis he's a fabulous artist. What's your boy's name? Elliot from Disney. He's also he's last year's cover. He's also a fabulous artist. I mean, they just have a lot of talent there, and and it's all different. And they all took a different. Like Tom Will, we were just talking about. He did one of them black light posters for Walmart. I think it was a dragon or one of those fire dragons or fire something and others. He made $2 million right off the bat. I mean, we're talking like 40 years ago when $2 million was actually a lot of money. It's you get those kind of breaks every once in a while. Something just goes viral, and today the chances of things going viral are much greater because we're a more connected society now.
Mm-hmm. Even those places that aren't supposed to have internet have it and are listening to stuff like us.
Always cracks me up. We got listeners in North Korea. So you're gonna just, when you get there, you're gonna chill out. I mean, they're gonna be people everywhere. So Roosevelt's it's an older hotel. Last 2 years we were at the Lowe's Hotel, which is a cool hotel too. But the Roosevelt's got a little bit more class, and it's been around for a while. It's hosted a lot of events. It's they got the pool bar. It's a pool bar and restaurant actually, and some of the winners and
but it's pool as in swimming pool, not as in billiards, right?
That's it. So it's an Olympic size pool at that. And then there's the lobby bar, and there's another bar, and then there's 25 degrees, and then there's another restaurant in there where you can get. I used to like going downstairs and getting waffles in the morning. Damn waffles were freaking this thick, man. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but it's the people there are really nice. The staff's really good, and they have every Thursday night they have which we won't be there because we'll be at the gala event, but it's salsa dancing. It was the first time we were there. I'm like, look at these people coming in and out of this place. Half of the winners just got in the lobby and watched the people coming in and out of the dance club, which was just a makeshift thing. Actually, it was kind of crazy. And then there's all the LA exploring. I know they went out to the La Brea tar pits a couple of times. They've been a couple other places. first 2 years I was there, when we were at the Roosevelt, I rented a Maserati. They had them parked across the street. Put a big sign on them for rent. So I took it down the Highway 1. It's nice down there. I mean, there's just a lot of things to see and hang out with. And everybody always tells me how dangerous LA is, but not where we're at. There's not any real crime or anything. Nobody's really doing anything other than you might get high walking around. I tell people all the time, if marijuana offends you, do not go to LA. Just don't. On the weekends on Hollywood Boulevard, we had, do you know who Larry Elmore is?
Yes.
So it was Larry Elmore, Dan DeSantis.
I was going to ask, about Larry.
Yeah. So it was Larry, Dan, Tom, myself, and a couple of other winners. And we left the Lowe's Hotel and we walked down to Hollywood Boulevard. There was so much smoke on the side street. There was no way you would get into there without getting high. Poor Larry. I thought we was going to have to carry him. So we get to Hollywood Boulevard. We take a left going to Arthur Services. And literally, there's just no way through. I mean, it's just everybody's puffing away. And your boy Dan was so lit when we got to the place. We went to go take pictures. I was laughing my ass off. It's crazy how much they smoke there but it's just really on the weekends. On the weekdays, I didn't really notice it. It's but on the weekends, except for I was staying on the 6th floor and I came in one night. It was about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. The whole floor was like a cloud. I thought there was a fire at first. I realized what the smell was. Okay, this is a different kind of place to stay. But like I said, you should have a lot of fun there. You learn a lot of stuff, and don't be scared to ask questions because they love questions. All of them love questions.
Yeah.
What is that, Christopher? What do you mean, Chris? Where you at? Oh, you down in Tampa? Yeah, I got family down in Tampa. Yeah. So what's up? We are talking about the writers and illustrators of the future. Nathan, we're just talking about this as an illustrator. Tom that just left was an author. Yes, it's they pick 24 winners, 12 illustrators, 12 authors, and then they fly them all out from LA, from wherever the hell they are. They just fly them out to LA, put them up in a hotel, and then they spend the week going through specialized, I guess you call them classes from the best judges, best illustrators and authors in the country. What do you mean? Like Arthur? You mean? Oh no, like right off the bat, Orson Scott Card, he wrote Ender's Game. Tim Powers wrote The Stranger Tide, which the Caribbean movies are based on. And Kevin J. Anderson, he's got some of the Dune credits to his self as well. He's got some X-File stuff to him as well, plus his own personal writings. Yes, there's bigger names than that there too. Your boy that we were talking about, is Bob Elliott. He's one of the creative guys for Disney. Yes, very talented. And Mark Leslie is who you're talking about. He's from Canada. Yeah, he is an independent publisher. He's a writer himself. He's also a judge for the contest. Yeah, why? No, he's cool as hell. All of the judges are really laid back, and they're funny because they'll ask you for your autograph and stuff at the end of the thing. It's kind of strange. No, they have a good time.
So Nathan, do you have some examples of your work that's not in the book that you can show us?
Yeah, I've got a lot posted on social media, and I actually have one of them right behind me as we speak.
Cool. Is that Godzilla?
Yes, it was a movie poster illustration I recently did for a local poster show.
Cool.
Of Shin Godzilla, and it's already got a buyer, so that will be getting mailed out, that'll be getting shipped out in the next month or so, alongside another Godzilla illustration I did last year.
That's awesome. I like Godzilla.
Yes, Jay's like, where'd I fit in my wall, man? I can put that in my house.
I mean, I got a lot of crap already back there, but I could push some of it aside.
Just I collect everything you can. No, you can see it pretty good now. I put you up on big screen. I can actually see it in the background all pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Denise, what do you mean? Oh, what are you talking about? What kind of website?
Hey, Joe, bring your mic up a little bit. Where you're kind of muting yourself when you lean forward.
I'm sorry. I was leaning over there to read what she was saying. No, Denise. No, we're not talking about none of that tonight. No, shame. No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Oh, no. You'll have to say that for another night. Let me grab, I just seen, let me grab this link right quick. Did it throw me out the room?
Oh, cool. All right. Awesome.
You going to drop it in?
You do some pencil and paper work, yeah?
Oh, I do occasionally, yes. I mean, not specifically for the sake of a full illustration, but obviously I commonly work on my sketching in pencil and paper more often.
Is it okay if we throw some of those images up on the screen?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Cool. We have that ability here. Oh, wait a minute. There it is.
You got it. All right, let's put it up. Who's that at?
There it is. So this is your artwork here. Some more Godzilla work. Very cool. Mastodon. That's bad. That's badass right there.
Yeah, so that was done in acrylics.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. I recently just saw an article that and I haven't followed up on it to see if it's an AI clickbot thing or if it's a legit story, but it seems they may have found a woolly rhino almost fully intact in the frozen ice in Siberia.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. That would be very cool to see.
Papa Smurf, I see you.
Size, that's awesome. You did some work for Superman, huh?
I tell you what, I've
just some personal work. I want to eventually towards like doing sample covers. Superman's in the list of what I want to do.
Cool.
A lot of my work and inspiration for illustration comes from particularly the golden age of illustration. And obviously there's certainly overlap with the start of superhero comics, and the idea of golden age superheroes really interests me. So I eventually plan on doing some painting work inspired by those early concepts of Superman, Batman, maybe try doing them all through like the original Justice League, some of that sort of stuff. But obviously I have a lot on my plate as it is right now, so it's not something I can get to right away.
That's one thing. The guy with the fez kind of
you do pretty good with people.
Money.
I can't do people. I can do the symbols. I can do the bat symbol and the Superman symbol, but I can't do people at all. And then next to that, is that Bela Lugosi from The Mummy?
That is Karloff.
Yeah, because I was
Boris Karloff.
It looked the guy with the fez looked like from The Mummy. It's I mean, we both recognize it pretty fast. It's Jack, what do you mean you don't know what a fez is? Have you ever watched Doctor Who?
That looks like some Ralph McQuarrie stuff right there. Is Ralph McQuarrie one of your guys?
I really enjoy McQuarrie. I have his collection of I have the 2-book volume for all of his Star Wars concept art.
That's awesome. Yeah, I liked all of that stuff. I wish I had that book too. This looks very much inspired by him.
Carrie has.
I can see that.
All right. Is it with pencil or program?
The sketch, any sort of sketch you see that's usually straight up pencil. Some cases ballpoint pen.
Yeah, like this thing here. Is that a minotaur or just a bull?
It's like a bull creature. It's weird because it's called a gorgon, there's a certain type of gorgon that's literally just a mechanical bull, and RPGs.
Okay, cool. So it's like a steam-powered mechanical bull.
Oh, well, there's the other Superman.
There he is. Godzilla's got a winky eye, so he must have gotten punched by Ghidorah or something. Dragon. Oh, so there you go. There's your Larry Elmore inspiration right there. And wow, that's all pencil. This dragon.
It's like a charcoal pencil, white charcoal pencil on a toned paper.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's very nice. Very good.
Hey, Sean, I didn't know you were in here. I'm looking at another screen at the
Who
moment.
do you think I was calling Papa
I'm good
Smurf, man?
I'm
What
good
are
at
you-
doing stick
I've
figures.
turned the volume down so that my speaker doesn't, reverb through the internet.
Yeah, we definitely want any feedbacks. Jesse, you got to go to writersofthefuture.com and take if you want to be an author, there's a course over there to take. But
There
there's
we
lots
go.
of
That's
videos
like,
for people that want to
this
get.
is more Larry Elmore stuff, huh? Dwarves and gnomes. What's that monkey dude?
It's a mythological creature from South America.
Oh, really? Wow.
South
okay.
America and Mexico.
And then is that a displacer beast on the tree? Yes, it is. Cockatrice. Is that not a Gorgon? What is the robot? That can't be D&D.
It's a RPG work for a third-party company, indie company.
Okay. It's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
There we go. There's the displacer beast all by himself. I love cats, and that's a pretty cool cat, even though it can kill you.
What is that? Ouch. Oh, wait. Carmen came to join us. No, Denise.
Here's the rest of your Gorgon you were talking about earlier, Nathan.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and I can see where now that was what was in the just the silver pen, just the front face.
So the company, we did a signed and sketch piece in the front as a sort of kind of lottery item at Gen Con.
One of my friends and co-hosts here on the network would love this one.
Yeah, that's certainly getting to be an older piece relative to what I do and what I'm capable of now, compared to just a year and a half ago.
I mean, what was it? This was for the third party RPG.
Well, it's a different company, but yes,
the same idea. Yeah,
company. A company known as Troll Games.
I mean, this is like you use it as a tarot card, or illustration of monsters or something. Yeah, that's just awesome. People can do people or draw people or even fantasy creatures. I give them kudos because I just can't. I can do a shark. The only thing I ever drew once was a pencil drawing in one of my sketchbooks of a shark, a great white shark. That was it. Everything else is either abstract or natural, like a still life kind of thing.
Carmen, what are you doing?
Here.
I see you trying to sneak in, man. I was watching you, buddy.
Hey, Carmen, good to see you.
Hello.
Good to see you, Carmen.
Just Sean, because you booked him. Never mind. I mean Nathan. Sorry.
I'm not sneaking it, man.
Yeah, we know you sneaking.
I'm taking over for John.
We watching you, man. We keeping our eyes. John said keep his eyes on you, buddy. That's what he told us. Keep an eye on that, Carmen. Jeffrey. No, Nathan's our guest and right with us right now. And that's his artwork you see up on the screen. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Christopher Reeves, huh? Superman.
I gotta say, Nathan, that was a lot of awesome stuff on that page there. We can keep on going. We can do the whole show on just that.
Yeah, well, it's
I
always
appreciate
good.
that.
Yeah, well, and that's permanent. When we post archives, they're there for life. And we're also part of a while back, Google had contacted us about being part of their archive project. So all of our stuff also gets archived on Google now. So as long as Google exists, we exist. And the archives are free. And we tell people who come on the show all the time, use them for what you want to use them for. There's a lot of the artists when they come on, we go through and we'll go through, like when we do a full interview with you, we'll bring you on and we'll let you walk us through piece by piece by piece processes, how you got to where you were and stuff like that. And that's something you can always use to send to somebody for a resume or things, give them an idea how your processes work and stuff, or how your art comes through. It works really well for a lot of people. And it's just, it's just something we do because I want to see everybody in that wins make it big, man. I want to see y'all on the red carpets. I can ask for a free pass. Give me a pass, man. Let me in. It's no, Christopher, it's writers and illustrators of the future. Yeah. Yeah. It's not real hard. Just type that in. It'll come right up for you. Yeah. Or you go to writersfuture.com. That's pretty easy. Yeah. And I keep telling y'all, go to galaxypress.com and pre-order book 42. Yes. Tell them JJ sent you.
Yeah, you get 12 stories and 12, but probably more than 12 illustrations, but you get 12 good stories and a whole bunch of artwork.
Yeah, it's I'm about, I think I'm 4 stories in now, so I got about 8 more to go. I was looking at the artwork yesterday because John and I keep teasing people online with it. But, we can't show it yet, so but we tease like we're going to show everybody when it's online.
Yeah. I hope. Well, I know the story I illustrated, if I'm not mistaken, is towards the end of the volume.
It's cool. It's yeah. Do I still have it in front of me? I might already put it up. I had it open a little while ago. I got the book on my pad right now, so it's somewhere. I got it on my pad, maybe not.
Which I currently plan on bringing the original painting I did for the illustration with me.
That's cool.
Cool.
I think that's definitely cool. Well, you'll get to meet Carmen. Yeah, he's a nice guy, man. Carmen's a nice guy. He acts all scary, like, but he's not. He's a nice guy. He really is a nice guy. Jeffrey, I'm picking on Carmen. You don't see him. Where's he at? He's somewhere in a bunch. There he is, right there. Look.
Your mic is muted, Carmen.
Look how cute he is.
Quite a delayed echo on what I'm hearing.
Somebody's picking up.
That's me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we knew what it was. Oh, there's Sean again. Nope, there's okay. What's going on in here? There we go. Back to the room we go. There you go. Putting back to normal. Carmen, you met Papa Smurf before, right? That's the guy up there in the top right corner. He's
we met before. Yes.
Well, I just wanted to make sure he knew.
Last
Papa
time
Smurf
you were on.
It's
last time you were on. I got to change my name again to Papa Smurf.
No, I ain't gonna change. I just in a Papa Smurf kind of mood today. I was writing articles about Bernie Sanders, and he reminds me of Mr. Magoo. So it's
Nathan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
A question for you, buddy. I don't know if it was asked before I came on, but how long have you been drawing?
Really ever since I was a child, but I started, of course, pushing towards doing actual RPG illustration work since I was still in college in 2021, or still in undergrad in 2021, I should say. So, I've been pushing professional fantasy art and pushing into that territory since 2021. But of course, obviously throughout doing grad school and starting teaching as an adjunct professor, it's one of those things where I haven't had necessarily the time to start pushing into a full-time freelance career, but I'm starting to push towards that at this point in time.
Some of your artwork, do you think about it in your head and then draw it, or do you just take your pencil and draw?
It varies. Obviously a lot of it, for me, I'm someone that's very research driven. I'm very much academically inclined, so I like to do a lot of research. So it was in one of my posts, if you saw the guy with the scimitar, that was for a trading card game that I got some work on this past year called Time Rift, and it's all about historical figures like generals and warriors in history. And, for me, I thought it was really cool because I did some paintings based around the general Khalid ibn al-Walid, who was one of the first kind of generals that was involved in the founding of Islam and fighting for Islam in the 8th century, 7th, 8th century. I'd have to double check the dates, but I'd have that work actually checked and reviewed by historians based out of the United Kingdom.
Oh, wow. Well,
So,
I'm very impressed with your work.
Thank you.
Very impressed.
Okay. There we go. Marcy, what do you got? No, you can always usually we just do this show on Saturdays and earlier in the day, but we're just catching up all the winners. Because everybody will be in LA by next Saturday. Yeah, everybody. Well, most everybody will be there by next Saturday. There'll be a few coming a little later today, but that's judges.
Joe, I thought you were going to pay for me and Jay to come out with you.
Whatever you smoking, you better share some of that with me and Carmen, man. That's all I got to tell you, buddy.
Yeah, include me in that too.
I see. If you were like good host, like your host that comes on after you on Tuesday, they volunteered to come out and help me in the middle of all of this. See now, look, I can see who's going to be my favorite.
Man. CL, she's rubbing some elbows with the people, huh? Well, she lives out there. I ain't going to volunteer to go out there. You're going to pay my plane ticket and my hotel room, dude.
No, get out of here.
Come on, get real.
Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah. Me and Jay will be here next weekend covering your butt.
That's right.
Nathan, are you familiar with Bob Eggleton's work?
Oh, yes. Bob Eggleton has, in a manner of speaking, become a bit of a mentor and a friend to me over the last year or so.
Oh, good.
Because I initially went to him for advice on, when I was doing the big Godzilla 1954 piece I did for a poster show last year. And, he kind of helped me choose the colors on it. And then I've just gotten to interact with Bob a lot more over the last year. Of course, seeing him at a LuxCon. And, of course, just, interacting with him since. Bob is someone I very much have a lot of respect for and that I look up to.
Oh, cool. Yeah. He's quite the Godzilla illustrator. So.
Oh, yes.
Nothing wrong with a good Godzilla. Marsha, no, nobody here is in the same town. No. Nobody you see on this screen is even remotely in the same town. There's a couple of them in the same state.
That actually reminds me.
Yeah, but I'm way down. I'm down in New Orleans. Carmen's out there in Cali. The boys in Pittsburgh, and Nathan's in Indiana.
I'm in Pennsylvania, also down south.
That's what I said. The boys are in Pennsylvania. It's Jimmy. Yeah, no, y'all can write anytime you want about that. And if you want to join us in where you can see the text, you have to join one of the chat rooms outside of the messenger. Sean's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. I'm from Pittsburgh. Yep.
He's one of them ones in that song we got to watch out for. No, Kerry, no, we're not playing none of that tonight. No, sorry. Yeah. We should have tuned in last night. We played all of that last night. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Jay was very bad last night. He was just playing all kind of crazy stuff.
Hey, Joe, I have a question.
So, Nathan, you got another article in the Greensburg Daily News again, huh?
Yes, I haven't had a chance to read the article. The writer forgot to let me know. So I probably need to look up the article. I haven't seen it yet. Let me look up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I kind of quoted one of my interactions with Larry Elmore when I had reached out to him at one point in time last year.
I can send you the link if you want.
Oh, I love Larry. He's one of my favorite illustrators.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stories, and it's just cool to be able to talk to the guy who actually played D&D with E. Gary Gygax. That was even cooler.
Right.
Oh, I could just let him loose on the air and not have to come back for a whole week.
No, it shows here I got to pay to access it.
All right, delete.
I mean, I guess I can buy the article.
Why are they selling you? Well, that's what the hell, man. People just all want money these days. Somebody needs to start giving some free stuff away.
Yeah, like a free plane ticket to Los Angeles, Joe.
You have to be way cuter than you to get a free plane ticket to Los Angeles, my friend. I'm just being honest with you. And, I'm talking on a magnitude of like. So what's that, Harry? No, we're talking about. I'll be out in LA for a couple of days working press. 7 or 8 days, yeah.
I really want to get my cousin, because he is a screenwriter. He is a producer up in New York. He actually worked on behind the scenes on that one girl. She was like an assassin, or what was that show called? Queen Latifah.
Probably Nikita. Was it Nikita? Oh, The Equalizer. Yeah.
The Equalizer. Yeah, he worked on that in the back screen. He also produces movies. He also is a writer, a screenwriter, everything. And I keep bugging him to get on with Joe or Writers of the Future, but I don't know why he won't do it.
He might pro out though. I don't know what the rules are on that. You'd have to read on the website. It actually tells you where you pro out and where you don't. Because once you hit the pro status, you can't win the contest. It disqualifies you.
But he can sure run a workshop, no problem, bro. You know,
being a judge, that's up to the big boss. You got to talk to him about that. That's Uncle John's job there. Yeah, they got. Seeing what they do is they've got a bunch of judges. It's like for every judge that's in LA, there's probably one or two at home. But they have, I think the whole judge list is on the website. It tells you who all of them are. I've met about 20 writer judges and about 12 or 11 illustrator judges. So far, everybody's really nice and really knows his stuff.
Well, they all know Carmen. That's why they have to be nice to you.
Yeah, that's right. Because I'll put the hit on him. Carmen's a hit man. Yeah, you know, Fred Smith's down there too. He's the other hit man. So y'all better watch out. No, Jack. No, that's you're talking about Emily Goodwin. Yeah, she's like a workaholic. When all this is going on, actually, when she's putting together the gala event itself, you don't even see her. She's like a ghost. I just know what time she comes in, so I'll usually catch her downstairs when she's coming in. But yeah, she stays like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. She's like just disappears. Yeah, they're working. And somebody's gonna buy me an In-N-Out burger this year. I don't know who it is, but somebody gonna give me a damn In-N-Out burger. I done been to California like 30 times and still ain't had no damn In-N-Out burger.
Carmen's
Joe, we have to go.
Joe, I got 2 words for you: door and dash.
No, screw DoorDash. What were you saying, Carmen? No, Carmen knows what. No, gotta be one close to where we're at.
Gonna take you out.
That's right.
You got to write something.
You got to take me to 2 places. No, he's got to be taking me 2 places. We got to go get
Russo
a
and
hamburger.
Frank.
Yeah, it is right there. We got to go there too. So
I have to go to Russo and Frank for a steak.
Yeah. We go hang out and chill out. Dean, I changed my schedule around every year. Well, they change theirs too, so I have to adjust mine to them. But we got more free time now than we used to have because well, I hate to call it free time, but anyway, more extra time. How's that? It's not really no such thing as free time because you can always be doing something. I usually do on average 3 or 4 interviews a day when I'm there, plus talking with other people. So for information for these shows and for other shows we do in the future. Yeah, we keep a lot of data, and most of these winners are going to do at least 3 times in the author's quill, and include 1 full show. And then I know John's going to get everybody while he's there as well. And then and the Chinese press is coming this year, so that you know they always bring a big presence, and it's all friendly press. Nobody's there to harass anybody. Everybody's there to be nice and help out. And at the end of the event, we get to talk about how you deal with press and social media. It's a good thing for everybody. Yes. I don't know where officers. All I know is in Hollywood. Like I haven't looked at the address. Give me a break, man. I'm staying like 100 yards from the place. Why would I worry about what the address was? And why do you want to know the address, by the way? Yeah, see, you're not getting it anyway. Lord have mercy. See, that's what's going to happen when
since you're like broadcasting it all over the world now, Joe. Okay.
Well, we do. That's the whole point. We want people to know about it. No, well, we don't really.
Yeah,
we don't
but
really
you
tell
got
it
your
that.
It's still invite only.
Besides, I got Carmen as a bodyguard. I'm not worried about it.
I mean, seriously, they could be waiting outside and see you walking out the door, Joe, and that's all she wrote.
That's all vote for them. You're right
But
about that.
you know what? You are so well loved out there in the world that people will just follow wherever you go.
Oh, whatever. They better not be following me
Uh-huh.
around. I had enough of that shit when I was younger.
Boy, Carmen, he got quiet on that one. You see him blush a
No,
little bit.
no, I just no. Look, let me tell you
Finally.
what I've had.
Finally,
I have had people send me
Yeah,
stuff to my house that you should not get. I'm just saying, stuff that your wife does not appreciate showing up in your mailbox. It's no, Carmen. People just think they can send you anything. I mean, they do. Or
Okay.
like I liked when I was in the elevator in DC, and these two little girls were in the elevator, and Linda was with me, and they asked Linda if she could ask me to ask them to our table for dinner. I'm thinking, you just asked my wife so she could hit on you first. I was like, get the hell out of here. I couldn't believe that shit. Oh man, it was too much.
Oh,
Well, when you see like
Anyway.
when Nathan's all rich and famous, that's stuff you'll have to go through. Yes.
That's right. Nathan, I sent you the
I
Rushfield
could see-
Quarter
yeah.
Oh.
article.
Yes. So that one,
via
that's in
email.
the next town over.
Right.
I did a gallery I did a gallery show for them
Oh, okay.
last year. That's what that photo is from their gallery in that town.
Oh, cool. All right. Well,
Brenda
good.
Lee, where you at, Brenda Lee? You in LA? Well, hello. How you doing out there? What you got for us? What do you mean? Yeah, they do the Christmas parade. Yeah, that's them. Yeah, they put on the Christmas parade every year. Well, I'm glad you knew that. Everybody I've met that runs Writers of the Future or involved with Writers of the Future are good, nice people. That's all I can tell you. And I say this countless amount of times.
Like
I'm always
Carmen?
worried. I'm always waiting for somebody to jump out the closet with some big
Including
sharp
me.
razor knives. Yeah, Carmen's a sweetie pie. Yeah, Carmen has to put up way more than anybody else does. Jesus, he should get a medal.
I'm glad he said that.
He earned at least half a wing now to get to heaven. He's on his way, guys. The only person I get more trouble than him is John. Well, maybe Emily, maybe Maliva sometimes, but Maliva's dangerous, people. You don't pick on her unless you're brave. That's all I can tell you, man. Don't mess with her unless you're brave. There is a museum. I don't know if it's going to do one this year or not. I don't know. I know last year they did, and I think they did the year before, but they don't tell me stuff like that. I don't find that kind of stuff out until I get there, because I don't need to know. When I get there, I find out. I will tell you this. Go ahead.
Joe, I think I think you need to let us in on what's going on your chat so that it makes
Anyway, somebody
more
asked
sense
me
to the rest of us.
Okay, apologize. Somebody asked me about the L. Ron Hubbard Museum in Hollywood. Well, a friend of mine, Chelsea, is the curator over there, and I've been there several times because I really, really enjoy it. And I do know 1 or 2 years they brought the winners over because the guy is fascinating, man. I mean, he's got a crazy history. He was all over the world, was hanging out with monks. I mean, when you read about him, when you actually look at how he came to be who he was, it's an interesting walk. It really is. There's a lot of parallels in his life, so it's a very interesting thing. So, read it, see what it is. Yeah, anybody. I don't know. I think you can just knock on a door or something.
Right. Yeah, you can just make an appointment.
Yeah. No. Now I forgot the little girl's name, but Chelsea, or the other little lady that works there, really nice. They do great tour. I always have a good time when I go. Well, I also like to play with gadgets and get in trouble too, but still. Y'all are not allowed to do that though, okay? Just so you know. What? I can't help it. I like touching things. I'm like a 12-year-old.
I ain't going there. I go.
Hey! Watch that in your brain up there, buddy. Papa Smurf.
No,
We know
my
all
eyes,
about
man.
you.
I just saw my eyes. Oh my God, Clorox bleach.
Lord,
Where
I
you
set
at?
myself up for
I got to clear them bad boys out.
Just submitted at Galaxy Press. No, not a. I'm sorry. Writersofthefuture.com. Yeah. Everything you need to know is on that website. How to submit your story, how to submit your artwork, what you need with your artwork. Well, no, they ask for several things with your art. Yes. Well, because they want to make sure it's not AI.
Hey, Joe, have anybody ever tried to use AI?
Yes, I know at least 2 times.
Yeah,
because they're really
they
good
get they get disqualified.
Yeah. AI, when you know what to look for, is not as hard to determine once you know what to look for. But and it does get more sophisticated every year. But I've debunked some pretty major ones over the years for police departments. So it's just the kind of way. It's hard to explain. Like when it comes to hands or feet, they're never quite right. If you really look, they're just never quite right. And sometimes in the faces or in certain other parts of the body, you'll notice things like a smooth blur or something. I mean, if you just look at a damage,
and it doesn't do oceans or water, particularly running or undulating water. It doesn't do that very well. And when it really started a few years ago on YouTube, there were a lot of these UFO like documentary videos that people would put together with an AI narrator, and you could tell by the cadence of the voice that it wasn't a real human because it had these weird pauses that was like a computer, like almost like a robot talking.
Well, that's half the readers on the internet now, and you can tell because they'll say a word, and I guess it didn't realize what the word was or the way the sentence stopped, and it completely ruined whatever they were doing. You see that a lot too, because they just write it out and it reads it, and
and they'll mispronounce it.
Yeah, they'll mispronounce it or they'll give it a different type of definition because they don't quite understand what it is. It's. I mean, AI is going to get more sophisticated as it goes along, but I don't think it's going to ever replace original talent because AI art's going to be great. And I'm sure one day it'll sell for millions of dollars, but still, someone who can do a really good canvas oil painting is always going to be significant because it takes talent, which is it takes real talent.
That's the segue, whatever, to Nathan. What do you think about AI doing artwork and stuff like that? Does it piss you off?
Certainly. Whenever I see AI imagery, I'm about ready to throw my computer or my phone through a window or through a wall. Take your pick. I think it's highly disrespectful. And obviously, I'm not even going into the environmental aspects, but I'm glad companies like Disney, which, Disney hasn't had a lot of good decisions in recent years, but
that's the truth.
But honestly, their decision to no longer partner with OpenAI is one of the best decisions they've made because they wanted to start pushing AI generated content. People spoke. And Disney realized it wasn't a bad idea. I mean, you've had CEOs say there's no value in AI, generative AI, I should say. And I think AI has caused more problems than it's solved in terms of generative material.
Well, how are they going to license the material? Because
Supreme Court already said they can't.
Yeah, well, I know it's illegal.
No copyright.
There's no copyright. But what I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about your copyright because AI only learns from you. I can't tell you how many artists they figured it's plagiarized by now. And they're going to have to be laws for that. Yeah, or come up with how they do with music. You get royalties. So okay, if AI wants to use all this material, then the freaking artist should get paid royalties. Any art that it scans through should be logged, and those artists should be paid a royalty. At least then it's fair. You're not getting totally bunked over because of a machine. Jack, I'm not anti AI. I just think it has a place, and I think it's useful for a lot of things. I just don't want to see it putting friends out of business for crappy art because I like real art. I like to be able to touch the oil painting. I can't help it.
There's been an ongoing, mixture of investigation and lawsuit against Midjourney and similar companies that was spearheaded by illustrator and concept artist Carla Ortiz. A lot of Illustrator co-signers on it. One big one, of course, is being Bill Sienkiewicz of Marvel and DC. It's one of those things right now. It's quite literally it's theft. It's unoriginal.
It is
so. For me, when I see those sorts of things, it feels like a spit in the face. And sadly, one of the difficulties with artificially created material like that is in the fantasy RPG space, regular fans don't want to buy anything, so they think, oh, I'm just going to generate this image. Literal conversation I've had and things I've seen where people are like, oh, well, I'm not here to, pay your bills. But it's like, but you're stealing from us artists. And,
yeah, exactly.
Any artist worth their salt, they're not going to take $10 for something that, like, companies like Wizards of the Coast would pay $300 for, just as the commission, So
yeah, and once your artwork's on the internet, AI is going to draw from that. That's how that's how it's going to steal from you. So artists are going to be less likely to market and sell themselves electronically or on the internet because of AI is going to draw from what it knows, and it's the internet.
Yeah, well, then that's the other thing. That's what we're saying. They should give them royalties, because everything on the internet can be tracked nowadays. It's not like we can't track everything. So if we're going to allow it, which I think there should have been a vote to this anyway, but if we're going to truly allow AI to use everybody on a freaking planet's material, okay, then you need to pay them as people. Just like anytime you play a song, you got to pay for it. Anytime we play a commercial in here, we have to pay for it. Anytime we use any regular materials on here, we pay ASCAP fees. So, I mean, come on, it should be the same. And then AI would slow its ass down, because let me tell you what, when people like Elon Musk and Google and all them got to go back and look at how many times they stole from an artist and have to pay them a royalty, shit, I guarantee AI comes to a screeching halt. But right now, there's no rules. And that's the other bad thing. When you design something on AI and you use it as part of your network or whatever, part of your whatever, anybody can use it because there's no copyright law.
Well, I mean, you look comparatively, and something recent that had been done is the illustrated edition of Game of Thrones. The artist, pretty solid oil painter, pretty solid oil illustration work. Basically, a mixture between deadlines, tight deadline timeframes, and amount of work required by the art director and the timeline they were given. Pretty much used mostly AI for this Game of Thrones book. And I know from what I'm aware of, George R.R. Martin was just livid, because it's like, he's not, him and the company making the illustrated edition, they're not paying for AI illustrations, or I wouldn't call them illustrations, AI generated work, or AI assisted work. And, there are so many people I see that are like somehow relatively popular, and one that's like, it slipped through the cracks on like Infected by Art. And fortunately, when heavy metal got called out for featuring this artist, they took down their post. But different artists than the one I'm talking about from Game of Thrones. But I'm seeing this all over where, they're either using AI reference, AI in the process, and it's very evident. And thing is, AI has no place in the creative process whatsoever, be it reference, taking out steps of the process, or anything like that. Because the entire point of having a human created things, having art, it's about the decisions being made each step of the way. When AI is doing that, you're taking that decision making away. You're taking that creative ability away. So, Joe, you're talking about watching people draw and paint. That's why, I mean, not necessarily to say that I'm better than anyone, but, the people that just want to AI generate stuff, but it's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm better than you. I'm a better person than you. I'm a better human being than you, because I'm not stealing from people. Yes, there's, illustrators look at one another. I've gotten to talk with artists like Lucas Graciano. I've talked with so many professional artists at this point as to like, who are their influences? Who do they look at? Because the thing is, I go over this when I teach illustration is, looking at narrative tradition, because if you look at actual art history, illustration and American illustration, starting with, of course, the Brandywine School with Howard Pyle. That carries on that tradition you see from Renaissance onwards, and you see where that era of illustration pulled from post-impressionism and impressionism. So it's like, it's very clear that all artists take influence. They take lessons from it. You know, it's something that I want to pursue more so in an academic sense, is looking at how do we take lessons and ideas from these older artists, older illustrators, you know, from 100 years ago or even before that, and apply that to modern illustration context and standards. So, you know, that kind of idea, that kind of decision-making research, that's something AI can never do, you know, because generally speaking, you look at, you know, if you want to look at things biologically, the human brain is always going to be more powerful than a computer. Yes, computers store every bit of data available on Earth, but the human brain will always be more powerful.
Yeah, we haven't built a processor yet that can compare it to our brain. Maybe in a million years or so, we might finally get there. But right now, we're not. I mean, Elon's trying, but he's not close. I mean, Elon's close enough to help people like paraplegics. They'll be able to use their computers now. They're even syncing it to where they can make limbs that will connect to the new chip, so the limbs will move. So they're going to have semi-bionic limbs. All of that's coming. AI is even with all the material we feeding it. I mean, for as long as we've been feeding it, it still seems to, let's just, how we can say this, mess it up. I mean, I tried to read a story a guy generated the other day. It was only 200 pages, and the beginning sounded pretty good, and then you get in the middle, and it's just like word salad. It's like, you know, it's what it was basically. And then the end was okay, but there was nothing in between. It was like 80 pages of word salad. It was ridiculous. And I've seen the same with art.
Yeah, you know, I think we've had our fill of word salad with some of the recent political rallies.
We can not have word salad for a couple of years. Now, you know,
My girlfriend.
Papa Smurf's girlfriend. You can't be talking about Papa Smurf's girlfriend. You know that.
Yep. Yep.
No, Jack. So this is the context: is Writers and Illustrators of the Future. It's in Los Angeles, and if you join, I mean, if you submit something and you win, then they fly you out to LA and they put you up at the hotel this year at the Roosevelt, and everybody hangs out and gets to go to all the different classes, all the different courses they have during the day with all these famous judges, and they get to learn that way. No,
hey, Joe, I have a question for you real quick.
Go ahead.
How many people that participate in Writers of the Future that did not win are out there who are big, but are big now, or are set pretty good with the work that they have done?
Well, some of the judges you've heard us talk about pro'd out before they won the contest. Some of these judges pro'd out, yeah. So
Brian Sanderson is one. He's a huge writer, speculative fiction writer. Kevin Anderson pro'd out before he so, and Kevin's got, I don't know, 100 novels out or anything like that. So I can't say I've researched this as closely on the illustrator side, but I'm sure I think Craig Elliott, who's one of the judges now, and he works.
Somebody else,
the creative director at Disney.
Yeah,
and he used to submit to the contest too.
And there's somebody else I remember hearing that they pro'd out, but it happens. I mean, you're submitting and you're not winning, and then you pro out. Well, I mean, proing out's a good thing. That means you're making money, but the contest just has a little prestige. Should I notice? I was talking. I was in Barnes and Nobles a couple of weeks ago for something else. And I was telling the guy about, going out to LA and all, and we got to talking. He said, "Oh yeah, Writers of the Future." He said, "Yeah, anytime y'all send y'all's books out, they got some kind of thing they get. They do like a lottery with them, because I think they only get like 2 books or something, 3 books. Well, no, they send a bunch, but there's a lot of Barnes and Nobles out there, people, just like there's a bunch of Books of Millions, and they're all autographed copies. But they don't do that many. What they do now, Carmen, 250, or they used to do 500. I think they do 250 now.
Of what?
The autographed copies
As a matter of fact, I don't know exactly.
Yeah. I know it was 5 when I first started hanging out with y'all, but I think last year it was 250 for some reason. It's a lot of signing, and you can tell the judges because they're pros. They'll be stacking books up next to the people next to them because they got it down to a sign. Poor Echo, man. Echo and Tom were together. I looked up, there must have been 100 books between them. They done signed them all. And but the other guys aren't that fast, and they also tell you should have a professional signature. You have your own signature for your life, but you should have a professional signature for your work. Because you don't want people seeing your signature.
This is a silly story. I don't know if anybody's ever done this. When I was bored in high school, I thought one day, if I ever become famous, I should have a good autograph. So I would just practice my autograph in back of school, in the back of the class when I was bored, and it was towards the end of the building or the end of the period. So anyone, did you ever do that, Nathan, as an artist? You ever just practice your signature?
I mean, I here and there, but I'm more so I kind of figured out my signature after a while. And after a certain point, I figured my logo. So for those of you that'll be out there and, here in the next week or so out there in California, you'll see, because I'll be having these with me, but my logo that I use for business cards, is literally just what I use as my, it's backwards, but it's what I use as my signature on illustrations.
Well, that's cool.
Just using my initials.
You've already got it done. That's a good thing, because they really do tell you that they don't, because they don't want you to give away your signature that you signed for whatever, paycheck or any kind of money. I don't know, Gene.
Yeah, because something that's easily replicatable and feels natural to do.
Yeah. Gene,
Nathan, I had a question for you. You mentioned something about you didn't want to go into it right away, but the environmental aspect of AI.
Oh, well, I mean, you're looking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so you're looking at reporting, how much water usage is being used. I come from a town that's, actively protesting data centers being built here because they're just buying out farmland.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And I'm from a community that is heavy use of farmland. When you're looking at the use of data centers and the like of that, you're dealing with increased pollution. You're looking at air quality and water quality actively going down in locations that have employed data centers. Additionally, you're looking at things like heavy metals, harmful material, harmful chemicals being not properly filtered and cleared out before re-entering the main water supply. And, these high end,
are you from
people
Indiana?
that are running these data centers, they can just get away with it because that's just how it goes. So, you're seeing active impacts on the environment, because I think I saw some data looking at what that AI and AI data centers and all those sorts of things used more water last year than the bottled water industry.
Wow.
And that's the thing.
That's a lot.
And that just shows you how ignorant that these industries are. So a good friend of mine, who used to be an insurance salesman, he bought into a Bitcoin factory in Texas. 5 million square foot Bitcoin factory. The thing makes about $11 million a month clear every month. So I went out there to visit one day, and you walk in the place, they got it subarctic. They got heat fans blowing. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I said, you're killing you. You're sucking down energy. You're costing yourself profit. You're destroying the area. I said, you ever heard of liquid cool, static liquid cool? He's like, what? I said, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you how my servers are set up. And then I'm going to show you how you can do it with a blade server. So in 1 year, they converted the whole place. Their profits went up $4 million a month. And when you walk into the place, it's cool. It feels nice. It doesn't have a heavy smell of ozone or anything. It's the way it should be. And these industries know they can do this because there's a big lawsuit going on in Mississippi right now because Elon Musk just put one of them big data centers in town. And they're telling him the same thing. The temperature in the town went up 4 degrees. And it's already hot enough in the South, man. Come on. It went up 4 degrees. So they're suing him. And now he's saying he's buying some more land. He's going to convert everything over to static liquid cool. Why you don't do that in the beginning, because it's no more expensive than running any other pipes, is beyond me. I think they think they're going to be cheap, but then when they get their electric bill, they should have done what I said in the first place. But let's get how it works.
There's also that part too of people's electric bills going skyrocketing.
Mm-hmm.
People's electric bills are skyrocketing. And the thing is, there are places in Indiana where there are active lawsuits against the building of these AI data centers, but they're just building them anyway. So you can consider what they're doing in some cases not even legal.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's what they're going to do. They're going to do it. They're going to do what they want to do. And then
they can swing around their money.
Yeah.
And Indiana isn't California, where there's a lot of money going around in California. Indiana people, they'll just take the money, because, Indiana is not exactly a rich state.
Right.
It's one of them tough ones to live in. But poor
my son lives out in Indiana, Nathan. My son lives out in Indiana. Yeah, Indianapolis.
Oh, okay. I'm in Indianapolis frequently for when I teach.
That's cool.
Jack,
I've never been out there. He won't let us come out to visit.
How far is Indianapolis from you, Nathan?
It's about an hour drive.
Oh, okay.
South, west, east?
I'm southeast of Indianapolis.
Southeast.
So I have equal distance to Indianapolis that I do for Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
That's
do you teach in Cincinnati too?
I teach in Indianapolis. I just mean comparatively, looking at geography and distance and stuff like that. But I teach in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Let's see.
My son works for a Chinese company.
Work for what?
What? He works for a Chinese company that makes DNA.
Interesting.
For things. Yes. Yes. I keep asking him if he wants my DNA to redo me, and he just laughs. He says, "Nah, only one for you, Dad. No more, no more." But yeah, that's what he does. It's an interesting company. He's been to China twice, and it's scary, to be honest with you. You think AI is bad? Taking something from somebody's DNA or someone's DNA and creating another life. That's crazy.
Now they're using AI for that too.
Yeah, it's all interesting.
You can think about this. At my old job, we actually had robots. They are not controlled by AI. They were controlled by GPS and radar and optical sensors and stuff. But every once in a while they would collide, and 3 or 4 of them they would be able to figure out how to get around each other. So they would just stop in the middle of the walkway and just kind of rotate and make noise. We'd have to go over there and turn them off and point them in a direction where they had a clear path, and then turn them back on. Imagine when they have AI, they're just, I imagine it's going to be even worse.
Yeah.
Hey, Carmen, I sent the guest a link twice. I just, in case he hits you up or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
I know one fun thing is I did kind of mention Cincinnati is obviously I found out kind of more so after the fact as to who wrote the story I illustrated. But the gentleman who wrote the story that I illustrated for the volume is based out of that Ohio, Cincinnati area, which I knew that going in, because it's like something about mentions a Bengals game. And I was like, this person's from Ohio, because I don't hear anyone outside of Ohio being a Bengals fan. And it's I know people are a fan of the Browns that aren't in Ohio because the Browns have made a comeback.
Hey, wait a minute. Joe Burrows plays up there. I'm a fan. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
But
just seeing watching the Bengals game, I was like, yeah, this person's based in Ohio.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so that was a very cool thing. So that gives me opportunity if I ever want to visit. That gives me the chance to do that, since it's not too far.
That's a good question for Carmen and Joe. So say I submit a story and Jay is supposed to do the illustration, but me and Jay never talk, never meet. Is that true?
You know, that's that. Yeah,
Right.
you read the book. You're the illustrator. You read the book, and then you do the illustration.
Yep.
That's how it works. That's
Yeah,
why the
so-
reveal is so important, because on Thursday or Wednesday there's going to be a reveal. Was it Tuesday? I'm sorry, Tuesday will be a reveal.
Monday. I think it's
Is it,
Monday.
oh, it
it's
might
Monday.
be Monday. Yeah, it is Monday. Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, so Monday there'll be the reveal. So the illustrators
could
go
be
and
wrong
set
about
their art up. No, I think you're right. I think they did move it up. They set them up on
Yeah,
Easter.
I think the reveal is on Sunday, actually.
Is it?
No, I think it's
Interesting.
Monday. No, I think it's Monday.
Yeah, I think John on Friday, he said the reveal, the art reveal was on Sunday, and they would put the art. Let me put my camera for this. They put the art out in like an arc, and each artist is standing behind their easel that has their artwork on it, and then the authors will come in and go up to the arc that they think is to their work, and that's how they're going to present the authors to their illustrators.
Yeah, I almost wonder, Carmen, this is more of a you question than anyone else, just because I know I'll be bringing the original painting I did, because it's not too large or anything to travel with. Almost wonder if I should like hand that over for the purpose of the art reveal.
Oh, good question. I would talk to Joni or Maliva or one of them about that. So,
Yeah, I'll probably give a call to Joni. Joni already knows that I'm bringing it with me.
yeah, because you did so you did an acrylic. It's not a digital
Oil.
painting, right? Oh, you did oil. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah. There's not many people who work in oils. So, but every once in a while, one of the illustrators.
Hey, the Dragon Lady works in oils, man.
Does she?
I work in oils.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
April Solomon, of
April.
course, works in oils.
Yeah.
One of
Oh,
last
okay.
year's winners did in oils as well.
Right.
April,
Yeah.
and
she
April's oils sell pretty good too. She's a really good artist. It's no, I give her nothing but trouble too, Marcus. Oh yeah, she's a pro now. I can pick on her when when they're winners. I can't pick on them. Oh, once they get past that stage, it's on.
Yeah, that's
Now, Nathan, did with the artwork that you did, did you make the cover art also, or just in the inside illustration?
just the interior. So the
interior.
illustrator winners only do the interior. So I treated it like a cover illustration,
Jay,
but,
mute.
but the
It's really like
illustrations are
it's
interiors.
really like it's really like a cover for the short story that you're paired with. So
Yeah, it's interesting, Gene. That's why I said y'all need to win so you can come out there and experience it. It's a packaged experience. It's the whole thing. I mean, you're in LA. Start off with you're in the Roosevelt, which is a historic old hotel. It's been there forever. The place is in great
It's
shape.
very haunted.
That's fine with me. I sleep well when I'm there. So the ghosties ain't bothering me. But it's a great place. There's lots of room to move around. There's places you can go just sit and relax. If you're an artist, you go. There's lots of places you can just set up and sketch if you want. Notice there's 3 bars in it, I believe, and a couple of restaurants. Well, 25 Degrees that's where most people eat lunch. They got a pretty good hamburger. But there's lots of places all around there to eat. And right down the street from the hotel is a little like sandwich shop and pizza shop. They make decent little. We found it because we were looking for liquor, but that's what we were looking. Hey, look, blame it on the judges. I was just along for the walk. I didn't know where I was. Then some judge broke her foot that year. We're not going to mention no names. It's oh yeah, the first time I
was
met
that
this woman.
before drinking or after drinking?
That was before. I don't know what she did. She did something on a stage or something. So Tom and I got it. We put her in between us and walked her up and down the street.
Oh boy.
No, I can't mention her name. She'll tell you y'all if she wants y'all to know. She might hurt me. It's it's a good time. I mean, everybody there relaxes. Everybody's there really for the winners. The staff is great at the hotel. The staff from Author Services is fabulous. They really do take care of everybody who's there. What's that, Gene? No, Emily, like I said earlier, you don't really see Emily Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. She's busy putting the gala together. Yeah. No, I know when to catch her because I know what time she comes in, but it's but she's the one putting the gala event. You see, last year I was going to steal me some whatchamacallit burgers because we were walking around at the gala getting ready to go get into the thing to leave. And I noticed it was like 100 of these bags full of hamburgers. I was like, damn, I should just snatch one. But then I didn't want somebody to go without dinner because of me. Yeah. Well, they feed you pretty good at the Taglia Center, so just to let you know.
The food is always incredible there. Yeah.
Yeah, so the food's good. It's usually filet mignon and a piece of salmon. What do you mean? Can you get more? You can get more. Yeah, you can ask for more. Most people don't because they don't think you can, but you can. Yeah. Actually, I'm not gonna tell you who showed me. That's too long of a story, and it'll probably get me in trouble. So it's one of them things. And no, I mean the event's nice. It's well put together. You get rehearsal, so you're not up there cold. You know, they give you a chance to let some of the nerves out before you get up there and start talking. Everybody looks good. Everybody's well dressed. What's black tie, Gene? Yeah. This year I was planning on wearing jeans and a purple T-shirt. Yeah. They wouldn't even let me on the bus, buddy. Yeah, that wouldn't even happen. No, I believe I like dressing nice. When I was young, well, because I do lectures and stuff, so a suit's just second nature for me. But I do TV and all, and they expect me to be pretty when I'm on TV. Yes. Well, right now we're on tonight. We're broadcasting live on Roku and Fire Stick. Last time I checked, around 150,000 people. Oh, that's not what our listening audience. That's our viewing audience. YouTube, like 5 people watch us on YouTube. Rumble's getting better, but for some reason, we had a really good page on YouTube making a lot of money. And then one day YouTube just said, you know what? We don't like your page, and took it down. No strikes, no nothing, just took it down. Took them to court and everything. And it was ridiculous. And ever since then, that YouTube pages just don't grow for us. I don't know. Maybe it's an algorithm, maybe it's not. I don't know. It is a fact. The page that's up there now is 10 years old at least. Yeah, so it's just kind of sad. Twitter does well. X does well. X and TikTok probably are the 2 fastest moving in social medias right now. TikTok, you get, if you do just regular talk on TikTok, it doesn't take more than about a month to build an audience of at least 5,000 or 6,000. Yeah, it's fast. X is kind of fast, but sometimes it's not. The biggest page we ever had on Twitter was 125,000.
Does TikTok monetize?
Yeah, they monetize. Yeah. I don't know now that it's been bought by this U.S. company. I don't have to check and see, but they used to monetize. I don't see where they would change it because that's just an incentive for people to come. Mm-hmm. Well, Jamie, a lot of you so-called influencers are on TikTok. Yes. I don't know who they're influencing. Not influencing me. Carmen might watch them weirdos.
Oh man, can you?
The only thing I see from
was that Carmen? Go ahead.
I was going to say the only thing I see from TikTok is the stuff that ends up on Instagram. But I don't have a TikTok account myself, but as an artist or a writer, maybe it might be something to look into, right?
Yeah, well, all of that's good. I mean, any place you can put your art up, that you can put it up and protect it, so it can't be, downloaded or copied. And TikTok allows you to do that. So, and most places allow you to protect your stuff now, but it gets crazy. I mean, our archives are free mostly. I mean, we have specialty archives that you have to be a member to get, but and those are specialty shows like the Gray Zone is a specialty show, and certain episodes that we don't like putting on our servers because of content or language or I mean, the station's adult rated station to start off with. We're not PG-13 or anything. We're full.
I'm missing tonight.
We're full blown R or higher.
That's what I'm missing tonight.
What? That's right, because you got to behave tonight.
That's what I'm missing, Jay and Joe.
Because you got to behave tonight.
The cuss words.
That's right. No cussing, buddy. No cussing. No, Denise. The network is a strange thing. So this show on Author's Quill, there's no cursing allowed, really. UFO on the cover is the same way. Science and Beyond is the same way. But News on the flip side in the chat are not, because they're not on FM. This show is actually going out on FM. The other shows, those 2 shows don't, because I don't know. The F word might get said 100 times or more in that show. And that's just by me. That's not including these two guys. And because we get passionate about our politics. And I'm a centrist, so
Yes,
I have
we
a tendency.
do. Yes,
I have a
we
tendency
do.
to tear up both sides. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Nah,
We're coming
Grimace.
up on the then we're coming up on this.
Well, I'm waiting on another guest.
coming
I'm
up.
going to send this again one more time.
Yeah, I just told him I told him 15 minutes, and that was a little while ago.
All right, I'll send him a link again right quick. Only takes a second. Jeffrey, writersofthefuture.com. That's where you go to submit your writing. That's where the course is. Go take the course. It's a pretty good course. Well, I've taken it like 3 times, but I can't seem to finish the little book thing you got to do. All I can tell you is go try it. That's all you can do. Give it a shot. It's the same thing for the illustrators. All the information you need is right there on that page. On that site, too, there's a list of all the judges, past and present. There's some pretty serious names on that list. You should go check it out. No, really, you should. Clara Reese, what are you up to? Right now, I'm actually looking to bring our other guest on. Why? Oh, I did post that earlier. You mean the B-2 bomber taking off in the water? I did post that earlier. I don't think that's real, but a B-2 taking off in the water just sounds iffy, skiffy at best. How's that? Uh-oh. No, the
I
world.
like this tonight, Joe.
What?
This was nice.
Quiet.
This Writers of the Future for a chat show. I like it.
Yeah, well, these are just especially special shows. No, you're not getting Carmen the pole dance. Just forget that.
I don't want them on my pole dance.
Joe, I don't even believe you. These are real.
They are.
comments.
And actually, this is Sean's fault that they are, because Sean does pole dancing on Friday night.
You mean on News on the Flip Side?
Yeah, he gets up there. It's his thing. Jay and I just turn the cameras off so nobody can see. We just turn them off because we don't want to see. But what's that care? I know, huh? I know Papa Smurf's got the moves, don't he? Can I tell you? No, Christopher. The chat is just a chat. It's whatever. It's whatever topics on the floor. It could be from the audience. It could be from one of us. It could be from an email. It could be from a text. Yeah, we usually keep all sources open during the chat.
Yeah, we got the food porn.
Yeah. On this show, I only leave my messenger open. I should leave my Pal Talk open. I keep forgetting to put it on his computer, but I only leave my messenger. Well, because my messenger is 30 years old and has the people from Yahoo Chat, Pal Talk Chat, Fire Chat are all on that system. I mean, there are just literally tons of people on there. Yeah. You know what? I do got some from AIM on there too. And back from the day, I forgot all about them, HMR and whoever they were. Dude, I got friends in there from AOL, Christopher. Yeah, AOL Chat. So I was with all the chat groups coming in, so I made lots of friends over the years. And then the chat started getting more sophisticated, so people started grouping up. Well, Pal Talk's probably the most sophisticated chat out there right now. They give you full room controls. You have admin statuses. You can set up. You can play video, audio. You can take questions live. We'll probably start using it for here sooner or later. Well, they're supposed to be doing a code update, so when they do that, we'll probably start using them for here. But Fire Chat was huge.
I never even heard of that. Pal Talk?
Pal Talk, yeah. Paltalk.com. They've been around for, I don't know, what, 2 decades, huh, Jay?
Something like that. Yeah, they're still around too. We don't use it anymore, but it's kind of like YouTube and Messenger put together, because people do their videos and you can put people in your chat room and talk to them. So it's kind of like YouTube, but you can broadcast whereas you really can't broadcast from YouTube. You can broadcast to YouTube.
So it's a great thing. And we usually the rooms after it's been open for a year or so, usually you'll see about 100, 200 people in the rooms. So you get lots of good questions coming and going. And the audience over there tends to educate yourself. Matter of fact, for UFO on the Cover, for its first decade and a half, it's the only places we took questions from because the questions were so good and so pointed that the guests were just stunned. Wow. It's different. It's different on Messenger and other places. A lot more goofballs, I guess I could say. Carrie. Oh, I know who you're talking. I can't think of her name, but the lady who was doing the UFO videos back in the day. Yeah. Oh man, I can't remember her damn name. No, we weren't really friends or anything, but we kind of worked in different circles. Yeah, I met her on Coast to Coast. That's where I met her. Well, and same place when I did the special with Melinda Leslie on military abductions. Yeah, that wasn't the same show. No, back then Coast used to give you the whole 4 hours. Now they give you 2. What are you supposed to do with 2? I mean,
Condense your talking.
No, because they want you to do Q&A. They want you to do an hour Q&A, so they only give you an hour talk time. An hour on talk time of Coast to Coast is 22 minutes. All the rest is
right?
Yeah.
Was it Carrie Cassidy?
Yep, that's it. Carrie Cassidy. That's the one. Yep. She used to do all these videos. I think she's still around. She had a falling out with her cameraman or something, but oh no, you're talking about what's her name? She was the news reporter who did the Stevensville case. She was hosted on this show, Angela Joyner, yeah, on this network. She had the Joyner Report on the network. Yeah, it was a really good show. Oh, and
what's the Stevensville case?
The Stevensville case was a large UFO was sighted crossing through Stevensville near the nuclear reactor plant down there. And originally MUFON reported it as like an extraterrestrial craft. Well, when we went down there, I was invited to attend the all-women's UFO conference in Stevensville. So I went. And while we were there, they had a big meeting of all the witnesses, and they had a big bonfire. And we all went out and sat and drank and ate and watched the bonfire. And the witnesses started talking, and I'm on the phone with a friend of mine who works for Boeing. And they start talking about rivets and trace planes. Well, that's not an alien. That's ours. And when they described it to me, the 4 rows of engines, 8 rows each, and they were white and then they turned red and then they turned back to a bluish white, that's when they kick in the aftergem so they can go to whatever speed they're going to leave the atmosphere. That was the night that it flew over George. It flew right up to George Bush's ranch and took a left and then made a U-turn. The thing of it is there was a squadron of F-16s flying that night that had it on radar, and they were told to stand down. So that tells you right there, it was ours. It was something we were testing. So if you look from like the center of California, Southern California in the center, and you go straight out from there and you cross through the middle of New Mexico, the middle of Arizona, the middle of the bottom of Nevada, you creep, that's all no-fly zones. All of that is. So they tend to fly testing craft through that. That's why so many people reported the F-117 stealth fighter as a UFO, because that's where it was flying. And people kept saying, we see a triangle. No, you see an F-117. You don't see a triangle. But with the Aurora craft, they're bigger, faster, and louder. And when you see one, they're huge. It reminds me of the one that the Cash Landry case where that thing was being chased by a bunch of UFOs and planes. There's some nuclear experiment ship that they don't know what happened, but it must have lost control because it went over a car. It melted the asphalt. The car stuck into the asphalt. 2 of the women died from severe radiation contamination. The kid didn't. And that wasn't alien either.
The car?
They killed him. It irradiated him. It took him a while to die, but it killed him. It was a horrible case. And the bitch part was it was not an extraterrestrial case. It was ours. So I had Stanton Friedman on, who was a nuclear physicist, and we discussed this in great detail. I talked with Michio Kaku and Neil deGrasse Tyson about atomic spaceship and atomic or nuclear powered airplanes, because most people don't know this, but the United States in the 40s and 50s were going to go with nuclear fueled aircraft instead of jet fuel. And then somebody said, that makes every airport an attempt at a wannabe dirty bomb.
Oh,
An airport.
right.
So you have to store the waste there and the good rods there and stuff. So unless they could come up with a way that the plane had enough to fly X amount of times and then it went to a special port, but they never got to that. And of course, if you shot down a plane that had a nuclear reactor on it, when it hit the ground or landed in the water, you get the big boom. So they decided it was not the way to go. Even though in the long run, it would have been better for us. It would have been cheaper and less polluted. But that's not the way they went.
Interesting.
Yeah, Carly. Artemis is halfway where it's going. Yeah. I just seen the thing come in a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas, is that you down there? Hi, guys.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, how you doing, man? You doing good tonight?
Yeah, it's morning here, but doing well. How are you?
Don't pay any attention to these two guys up on the right. This guy down here and next to you on the bottom, that's Carmen.
Hey,
Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Thomas. Good to see you. My name is Sean. Okay, my name is Sean.
His name is Papa Smurf. That's his name, Papa Smurf.
I'm Jay. How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, Thomas is in Japan. Is in Tokyo. He hasn't started making his way eastward yet.
Well, how's things in Japan?
My roommate from college is over there right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good.
It's a beautiful country. It's been a long time since I've been anywhere around there, but it's we got a lot of friends that hang out over there. We got a lot of listeners over there as well. It's a great place for us all the way around. It seems to be and because the station offers so many different things, it's always curious to see what countries listen to what. Because we do news and we do a lot of just hardcore stuff, but we also do a lot of paranormal, ufology, and out of the box kind of stuff, and then
food porn.
Food porn. No, Gene, food porn is not real porn. It's just an expression. It's just a good friend of ours is a really good chef. A good friend of ours is a really good chef. And so am I. So every now and then we do shows where we discuss really, really good food to eat. Yeah, it bites because by the time we're done, everybody's hungry. We're hungry. The guests are hungry. The audience is hungry. Everybody's hungry. So we try to stay away from those shows. We really do. So, Thomas, how'd you get into the writers and illustrators of the future?
How did I get into the?
Yeah, I mean, how did you find them, and how'd you do? How many times it took you to submit?
My winning story was the 5th submission that I made, and also the 2nd submission that I made. It was an edited version of that. So I first started submitting, I think 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, that's not bad.
I didn't submit every quarter, but just when I had something. Yeah. I think I actually read one of the anthologies when I was in high school. I remember there being a big fat book on my bookshelf that I think was a Writers of the Future anthology. Yeah, I remember reading a lot of nice short stories. So when I was looking for a place to send my short stories, this is all over the lists, toward the top or at the top of the best places to submit. So I kind of rediscovered it and kind of remembered that I'd actually read one. So I knew it was a good place to send it.
It's a good place, and the anthologies have really good stories in them. I like it because it's not it's not like a cookie cutter story. Every now and then there'll be what I would like to call a standalone story that doesn't really mix in with the rest. But a lot of them, when you were talking about science and fiction and fantasy and stuff, I mean, some of them stories flow through the book, but every now and then there'll be one that is a good story. It just stands out there by itself without anything else around it. I enjoy reading them all. I've got favorites over the years, but for 7 years I've been trying to pick the winner, the first place winner. Just know I have not got close. Same thing for the illustrators, by the way.
Speaking of which, Joe, Thomas is a first place winner, so he's in contention for the $5,000.
Oh, so you in for the big
prize?
Good job.
Yes.
Yes. That's the big dineros. Now I'm gonna tell you a secret.
He not only wrote a good story, he wrote a really good story.
So I'm on 4. So yours will actually be, if yours is the 5th story in there, yours will be the next one I read. I'm just finishing up the 4th one. John sent me the whatchamacallit, Kindle book the other day, and so I put it on my pad. But I always enjoy the stories. Usually, I got the books. I'll read it on the airplane. I'll read it once here. I'll read it once on the airplane, and then usually the second night I'm in LA, I'll read it again. Usually it's like early in the morning, like wee hours. But that way, because I'm doing so many interviews, I want to keep it fresh in my head, both the artwork and the story. So I want to give everybody a fair shake. And that way, when we do the real long interview at the end of this, when all this is over, within a couple of months have passed, we invite everybody back for the full 2-hour interview and really let them go through the experience, their work, the whole 9 yards. It's a much more in-depth kind of thing, but it's also a lot of fun. So you'll get to do that while we're in LA. John and I both will probably hit you up for an interview, but those, we try to keep those short and sweet, 30, 40. I'll be honest with you. I generally, when it comes to the authors, I usually keep them to about, most authors I can't shut up in less than an hour or so. So they usually get an hour. Illustrators, though, on the other hand, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And that's about it. And
can I ask Tom a question?
Go, feel free.
Sure.
Tom, what is your genre writing? What do you write about?
I tend to write science fiction short stories, and then I'm kind of in the middle of writing some fantasy trilogies. So longer form, I tend to write fantasy. Shorter form, I tend to write science fiction.
Now, your science fiction books that you write, your stories, do you have one character that's in every story?
No, each one is very different in terms of subject, in terms of character, in terms of theme, and even in terms of style. Normally I pick...
How do you come up with your ideas? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was kind of getting to that. Either I have a theme rattling around in my head that I want to explore. I have a story that's kind of delves into privacy and what would happen if there was no privacy for anybody. I kind of took that.
You mean like Los Angeles? I kid you not.
Yeah. Paparazzi and all that stuff. Yeah, kind of like that. Just it has an AI that listens to everybody all the time and kind of works out what's going on.
Yeah, that's Los Angeles. It's like you talk about something around your cell phone, and next thing you know, oh my God, they're trying to sell me that.
I hate calling anything on my cell phone anymore. I made one insurance call about new insurance for my home. Now I'm getting 5 million calls a day.
Oh yeah.
I hate them robocalls.
Anyway, what's your story about? I just got the ARC copy like 2 days ago, so I haven't had any chance to do any of the reading yet. So
okay. Yeah, the other kind of thing that happens sometimes is I have, well, in this case, it was an idea for a kind of technology where I was actually watching a sci-fi series called Tales from the Loop, which I really enjoy, but one of the shows in there focused on the idea of stopping time. So it had these two characters who supposedly stopped time, and they were interacting with each other. But it kind of occurred to me and kind of annoyed me that, there was a breeze, the trees were moving around, the lights worked, the alarm clock worked. So they said they stopped time, but they hadn't actually stopped time. They just frozen the people in the story. And I kind of realized that's actually how it's always done in these stories, movies, TV shows, where they always, they say they stop time, but they just stop the people. So I started thinking what it would actually look like if you stopped time. And I quickly realized why they don't actually stop time, because, there's no light, there's no sound. It's just black. There's nothing there. So It only gets interesting if you shrink that down a bit and have not the whole world stopped, but let's say just a bubble of stop time. And then it's only interesting if you have people who can interact with that in some way. So I started with that core idea of there being a bubble of stop time and then a team who can go in and kind of interact with that who are able to stay in normal time in smaller spheres. And yeah, just kind of built on that. What would that look like? What could you accomplish with that? Who would want to use it and why? And what would be the potential pitfalls? And the story kind of grew out of that.
Wow, interesting. And,
Yeah,
and what is your
very interesting.
What is your professional background?
I have a degree in political science, so it's not really physics or anything like that.
Oh, you'd love our Friday night show then. You might lose some hair.
Science. I wanted to say, isn't that a contradiction of terms?
Somebody needs to be studying these crazy people.
And I haven't actually used that degree at all either. I came to Japan right after university and just kind of started learning Japanese. I didn't know any Japanese when I came here. So I learned Japanese and got into the translation game. Not the best place to be with AI coming on pretty strong, but I'm hanging in there for now.
I heard you saying this the other day. Someone asked, are all the delegates going to be okay with AI translating? Like 90% said no. They want a human translate. They want to pick their own people. They don't trust AI. And I use AI translate sometimes, but and sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's really not so good. Poor Amazon and Alexa. I give them a stroke once a day. I constantly make her say wrong things, and I always record it and send it back because you can give them feedback. And every now and then they'll give me a letter. I don't understand why I said because she messes up a lot. You'll ask her questions and she'll tell you something, then she'll contradict herself. I'm like, really? So it just tells you that AI is not exactly what the Bill of Rights we're being sold that it is. It still has a lot of learning. I would put it around
the Bill of Goods.
If I had to, I would give it an education of around 6 or 7 years old. That's what it reminds me of when it's telling me stuff. It's just a long ways off. And you know what? It doesn't like being corrected. It gets mad. It does. You ask the wife, it always wants the last word too. Always. No matter what, you'll tell it something. You say, "Shut up, Alexa," and she has to say something before she turns off. Every time she just has to. I think I'm gonna throw this damn thing out and buy you one of these days, man. But it is. It's a useful tool, but it's not what they say it is. And to get it to work really good.
It's not the enterprise computer where you can order the wall to give you a cup of coffee and a 3D playmate to play chess against.
Well, actually, if you have Alexa without the added thing to it, it's almost useless. It's good for keeping time, asking for recipes, but it's really useless for anything else. It'll mess up on an hourly basis, and they did that on purpose. So you'll spend $1.99 more a month, so it behaves itself. And it is much better. And I do they got a bunch of new voices and stuff. But I'm just not the biggest fan of AI. And I'm sure, like everything else in the universe, it's got its place and it's got its usefulness. I just don't want to see it cutting into certain things like the money for illustrators or artists. There's other places in art that could find themselves in trouble with this. There's a lot of creativity that could be found. I mean, look at those Star Trek videos we play. Those things are fabulous. We got a collection of these AI Star Trek remakes, or not remakes, but spoofs, like the Star Trek Disco. They got every character on Star Trek all the way up to Discovery in it. They look like the characters. They're having a good time. They're dancing. The AI is really good, and it's not perfect, but it's really good.
They're smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol,
smoking marijuana. Yeah, Kurt got a big cigar.
Then they got Have you guys seen any of the Baby News Network things? It's the same deal. It's AI babies like Trump versus Khomeini, and Trump has a roast against Khomeini. They're hilarious. Oh my god.
Oh, and they got him going to the therapist. It's just, whoever makes those is insane. And then of course they got the Bigfoot guy out there, which we can't even talk about what he talks about. But oh yeah, because they like to ask him a question: "What kind of woman you want?" He said, "I want a real woman." And then they ask him what that is. Well, what he says, I can't say on this show right now. So. First time I heard, I was like, "What did he say?" No, wait, he didn't actually say that. But for some shows it's okay because they're the whole network's adult rated, but some shows we don't allow stuff like that. Some we do. It just depends on what's the framework. Like shows like these, that's never allowed. So I mean, when did you start learning to write, Thomas? And were you young? Did you just one day you were just sitting at school or in a sandbox and said, "Let me write something"? Well, I'm just curious because I mean it's always different.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I just was read to a lot as a kid, and then that got me into reading on my own a lot as a kid. And reading a lot, I started to want to write my own things. And in middle school, I think I wrote my first story, and tried to do some illustrations. I've gotten away from the illustration part, but I just kept writing from there. Especially in high school, my dad kind of forced me to do band, and I hated band. So
I don't blame you.
I just hid at the back of the room. I was a drummer, so the drums were back there, thankfully. So I hid back there with a notebook and just started writing a novel. And I never finished that novel, but I did keep writing other things.
That's good.
And I've just kind of kept at it.
But you see, that's a good thing. That shows that you knew how to channel your energy. You didn't go looking for alcohol or drugs or other things. You channeled into something constructive. Like it's amazing because a lot of people do that, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people just, they get bored and they go get into trouble somewhere over stupid stuff. Pete, yeah, John did say that. So on this network, for Writers of the Future, in the last 6 or 7 years, we have had 5, not investigators, the interrogators that write books. Now, when we talk to them, they use those books as serious therapy. They're good books, they're good stories, but they use that as therapy from being interrogators. No, Jack, you don't know what an interrogator is, really? When you get captured by the enemy and they do bad things to you, that's an interrogator, yeah. I don't know what they do. I wouldn't be able to tell you anyhow, but you can tell it helps them immensely. It was 3 males and 2 females, I believe. And when you listen to them talk about it, you can tell it's good therapy for them. Plus, we're getting good entertainment to boot. It's a win-win for everybody. I like those kind of things. Well, Jack, not everybody uses their formal education for their career. I'm one of them.
No.
I joined the service, got all kind of advanced degrees, got out, got a bachelor's in science, and advanced avionics, advanced electronics. Could have went to anywhere in the world, but it's not what I wanted to. I thought it was what I wanted to do as in the Navy. When I got out, it wasn't. Yeah, I fooled around in management for a while, and then my wife was working for a development company, and I went and talked to them, and they gave me some properties, and they gave me some more properties, and I got with some other companies. And by the time I was 33, I was handling about 150 apartment complexes, all of painting and construction on them. Yeah. And I really liked it. And then we started building stuff. I really liked it. And I retired, but I still really like it. It's like doing radio TV. I really like it. So, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you can find a career that you enjoy doing, you're going to live longer and happier. I'm just saying. Tom's is going to find out. You might already know. But it's always best that you can make money off the things you love.
So Thomas, you do. It's like your work you do now is translation, then, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do translation. I actually came to Japan teaching English, and then as I learned Japanese, I got into kind of editing translations and then doing the translations myself.
Oh, okay.
And in the middle, I kind of took a side trip of sorts after the 2008 financial collapse. Mm-hmm. My job kind of went away, so I found another job at a travel company. I thought, travel is safe, right? Everybody's always going to travel. So I got into an up-and-coming travel company, and they ended up giving me an opportunity to go and work in France for 8 years as a team lead. And so they say, write what you know, and part of what's in the story that won is the main character is a team lead, like I was. So I think I used some of my experiences for sure.
Nice. That's a good thing.
Hey, Tom, did you ever write anything else besides science fiction?
I haven't published anything yet. I'm kind of sitting on some manuscripts, but I have written about 4 fantasy novels of different sorts.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Now, when you're writing your fantasy novel and you're also writing your sci-fi, do you sometimes get mixed up in the stories, or you put something from fantasy into the sci-fi and sci-fi into the fantasy?
I usually don't, but I do enjoy those kind of stories as well. I've seen some like that where you have some science fiction coming into the fantasy or fantasy coming into science fiction and it bleeds over. I enjoy those stories, but I haven't written one like that yet. What I tend to do is work on one thing at a time. So I write one novel in one of the trilogies that I'm working on, and then I'll take a year and do some short stories, and then I'll take another year and do a book in the other trilogy that I'm working on. So
yeah, well, that's a good thing though, because I know I've met a lot of authors now, but not just from these guys, from a lot of other places. But like Nick Redfern, he likes to write 9 to 5. He gets up Monday morning, gets a cup of coffee, gets a whatever piece of toast, goes in his studio, starts writing, takes a lunch break, goes back, writes till 5. I forgot where he's at. He's 158, 168 books now, and that's just how he does it. He just goes and writes about everything in its mama. But those books, to be honest, I wouldn't necessarily call them stories. More of kind of a cross between a documentary and a story, because some of the stuff is research based, and then he kind of blends it in with where he's going with it. But he's been around for quite some time, and then some of the other authors I've met do the same. And then some authors tell me, well, when it just hits them, they write. I was just talking to a guy the other day, just recently from this year, and he was talking about he was doing something. He's in the middle of doing something, and then he got an idea for the story that got him in the Writers of the Future. He said, just popped in his head. And I was like, well, wow. Yeah, that's what I said. Wow. I wish it would pop in my damn head. It's well, I know it's a challenge. I mean, everybody, all authors work hard. They can't call people starving artists or starving authors for no reason, but because there's a lot of stiff competition out there. But you made it this far now, first place winner of Writers of the Future. That's big bragging rights. Anytime you put in a portfolio now, you can include that. People are going to be like, wow, really? And because it shows you have talent. And then they just need to see if your talent fits what they want, or if you can fit what they need. It's but there's so many of y'all out there working so hard, and I'm such a big science fiction fan that I'm glad to see new sci-fi out there. Because let's be honest, since COVID, the sci-fi world is, how can I say this politely, very shabby. I haven't seen a really good novel or book come out to make a good movie in feels like almost a decade now. So I'm
ready, and Hollywood keeps going back to the old stuff. They just keep rehashing the old stories over, and you got to come up with something new. And that one thing that's good about this contest is there's a lot of good new stuff coming.
Yeah, well, yeah, and a lot of y'all are going to be good writers in the future. So hopefully we'll see some movies come out of it, or some TV series come out of that. Or I'm ready. Just something good.
Well, I got a topic for somebody to write a story about. Killer tomatoes.
Oh man, I think they got one of those. I think I seen that on one of those.
I think they already did a movie about that too, Sean.
Dude, when I was in ninth grade, I wrote that book, and that's how I passed that story, and that's how I passed English in ninth grade. I wrote that story. It was on the basis of Jaws. Seriously,
the Jaws tomato. Oh my God. What's it, Frank? No, we only got a few minutes. Why? What's up? Writersofthefuture.com. Go submit. Yeah, they still got 3 quarters left, if I remember right. I think they're in their second quarter now. So you got whatever time's the
third quarter.
Are you in the third quarter? All right. See, then you got 2 quarters. But you best get
what I'm impressed.
But that's still
with
6 months.
Yeah, it's still 6 months.
Wow. What I'm impressed with Thomas here is how you can just sit down and just think of something and write a story about it And you know what I mean? Just like for instance, when I said killer tomatoes, and you're like, oh, killer tomatoes, and then you write a whole fantasy story about killer tomatoes. How you can just come up and start.
Just leave my damn tomatoes alone.
No, man, no.
Do
Do you understand where I'm getting at with this, Thomas? Where you could just come up with a fantasy and write it. And
Yeah.
That's what I'm impressed about you.
Well, thanks. I think that's something that I share with probably everybody in the anthology. I think personally that creativity is just kind of a muscle like any other. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Which is why, I look at some of the creative writing groups on Reddit and other platforms, and that's why the advice they always give everybody starting out is just sit down and write. Just sit down and write a bunch. And the first things that come out may not be great. You may have to write 3 or 4 novels before you start writing any, you can write a good novel, but you'll get there. You just have to work at it.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you.
How long?
I am impressed.
How long is your flight out of Japan?
It's 10 hours going to LA and it's 12 hours coming back.
Oh my goodness.
It's not too bad. I'm usually going to the East Coast, which is 14 and 16.
Yeah.
So
and the reason why it's 2 hours going back is it's all uphill.
But it's always like that when I go to LA. When I go to LA, going to LA, it's 3.5 hours. Coming home is 4.5 hours. It's always the same thing. Always takes an hour longer to get home. It's headwinds probably, but still.
Yeah.
And you always catch COVID too.
And I did 3 times actually.
Yes.
But I haven't caught a COVID in a long time now, so let's not be jinxing me. I know where you
on the
live,
plane
buddy.
or in LA?
I don't know. It could have been on a plane. It could, the thing of it is, I got the first time I got COVID, I didn't even know I had it. And that was before I even met these guys like they killed me. And then the second time was just, I picked it up when I was in LA, but it was really, really light. The third time, I think I caught it on the plane because I knew it was in a day or two. I was just hot. And then, but it didn't really bother me much. And when I got home, it must have went away really fast. And I got one other time, and I was like, well, but all those times were really mild. So the first time was so bad, and I still remember because my wife ended up in the hospital, and I almost did. And they were like, I went to go see my doctor. It's been 16 days. I still feel like hell. What's up? She said, well, it's not the flu, and it's not a cold because that would already be over with. So, but they didn't have no clue what it was. And then I remember 3 months after that, call in March, oh, Joe, you probably had the COVID. I'm like, yeah, I think I figured that out on my own, Doc. Thank you. But, getting back to that, I mean, there was so much material that we went through as a world doing COVID. It just doesn't feel like there's anything really fresh left. Yeah. So that's what count on people like you. Get some stuff out there, man. I'm ready for some good sci-fi.
Well, thanks. I hope you enjoyed the story.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know because I'm like I said, it'll probably get read later tonight or in the morning, and then I'll read it again on the flight coming in because the stories aren't really super long, so you can usually read them pretty quick, and I enjoy them. And John one day is going to send me the audio book first, so I can be lazy. But
I almost hit
by the
max.
way,
I got 16,000 words out of 17,000.
Yeah, that's good.
But
but
it's still just 60 pages. It's doable.
Yeah. Well, I know that's still good. I mean,
what? Well, okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. 16,000 words? I don't understand. Can you explain?
They're only allowed 17,000 words in there.
Yeah, 17,000 words is the maximum.
How the hell do you know you got 17,000 words? You count every word?
Yeah, word counters, man.
Microsoft Word will tell you what the word count is in anything that you've written.
So,
I mean, how do you know? How do you know?
Well, like I said, in the program Microsoft Word, there's in one of the menus. I don't know how to turn it on, but there's a way to tell. It'll tell you what your word count is, so you can just type in.
You know what?
The count until you get to the number.
There's a program I use right now. It's not a program; it's a website that counts your words for you. Because I have to do it because most of our places only allow 100 characters on our titles. So I'll start writing these big titles. I'm like, how long is it? I'll go put it on. It's like 210 words. You got to, 210 letters. You got to break it down and make it smaller. But that's a free program. I mean, whatever you copy and paste in it instantly counts. It even tells you the spaces in between. So that way you know exactly what it is. Because when you're doing titles, they count the spaces on which bytes.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they count the spaces, yeah. So if you got a 100 character title and every other word, I mean, every word has a space, and you say you got, I don't know, 20 words, 30 words, well, that's another 30 characters. You just lost. It's just one of those things. Somebody's going to invent a better way sooner or later. But they give us lots of leeway with descriptions up to 5,000 words. So that's why I could get Thomas's in full today and everybody else is in. Because usually Carmen has pretty good write-ups on them. So when I put them into the thing, it can take up a lot of space. And the more information we can put out about the authors, the better off, or the illustrators, the better off they are. That way more people can find them. No, we're getting ready to go. Why? What you got? Who you got a question for? Carmen's like 26. Why? He's just had a rough life. That's all. No, really. No, Gene, I'm serious. No. He's. Oh no, that's not Carmen. That's I can't think of his name. He's actually taller than Carmen. Carmen's pretty damn tall. Yeah. What is his name? I know who you're talking about. I just can't. His name just ain't popping into my head. No, he was in LA. That's where I met him. Second year I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we met when Jim Mars was a spokesperson for Battlefield Earth, and I booked Jim Mars on your show.
I love Jim Mars. He was. I know. He was one of my favorite researchers of all time. I mean, besides his books were great. I mean, it wasn't a topic he couldn't hold himself on. It holds itself well.
Right. Yeah.
Which I really appreciated because we got into some in-depth conversations, and it's. I remember when we did his book Crossfire, the one on Kennedy. Man, we had to add an hour to that show. we were getting into it deep, and the more deep we got into, the more questions that came in, and we found ourselves like you'd get like 5 minutes of talking, and then it'd be 50 questions. And Jim's thorough when he answers the questions, though. He doesn't play around with that stuff. But I miss him. Hopefully he's found some ETs and is happy now. I don't know. Nobody writes about aliens and Writers of the Future. No. I haven't seen anybody. It hurts my feelings, Jess. It does, but nobody writes about it.
There was one story in this anthology.
I haven't seen it
copy,
yet.
and I haven't read all the stories, but I've read a lot of them, and one did have aliens.
Okay, I haven't read that one yet, so that'll be a nice surprise. I will finish the pad probably within a day or two.
Please tell me, Thomas, it's not a Star Trek type of alien. Please tell me it's not a Star Trek alien type of story. Is it Star Trek? Is it?
You mean in the anthology? Probably not.
I hope not, because I listen to Star Trek with these two Friday and Saturday night.
What? Just because we play one little song about Star Trek.
Yeah, Jay's shaking his head. No, man. When they start talking Star Trek, Thomas, man, I just sit back, play on my phone. You know what I mean? Kind of bring it all in.
Yes.
Are you a Star Trek
jockey now?
I do like Star Trek. Probably not in as much detail as you guys, but
I just don't. Well, Sean doesn't like it at all. So there you go. He has his.
I don't.
Jay has his phaser there. So everybody.
It's not just that. Like when we have our breaks, I use this.
Okay.
Break.
His communicator.
We can get geekified some nights.
So.
A little, just a little.
Just a little. Sounds good.
Did you see all the original episodes?
I haven't seen all of them, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we grew up watching all that stuff. So
yeah, you can't be a Trekkie unless you've seen all 79, at least 79 times each.
Jack, where'd that question come from? It's nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight. And no, he wasn't a professional fighter, but it has nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight.
Who was that?
That was the friend Bruce just typed in a question. was Bruce Lee a professional fighter?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I heard the same interview when just before Chuck Norris
that's
passed.
a Chet question there.
Yeah.
Right?
That's like asking if a fish is a professional swimmer.
Well, everybody always thought that Bruce was a professional fighter, but Chuck was a professional fighter, not Bruce. He was the one that held the world championship for 7 years. It's because I remember Chuck told the story about Bruce asking him to come, do the fight scene with him because they were friends. He said, "Well, do I get the win?" He said, "Well, of course you don't get the win. I'm the star."
Right.
He said, but he said he'd
funny.
make it a fair fight. He'd make it look like a good fight. So Chuck was okay with it, I guess. I did see that fight. I remember that, but that shit was too funny. It was
That's funny.
Chuck had a pretty
You have to
good
go.
fight.
He'd have to go. If I'm going to lose, how much are you going to pay me? That's what
I'm sure that was already taken care of. That part. I mean, both of them were pretty decent sized stars back in the day. So, no, Chris, we're getting ready to go. I'll give you one question. What you got? We're already overtime. What do you got? No, Whispers will be on in 3 minutes. Yeah. Don't whistle at night. Yeah, I call it. That's the name of the show. Don't Whistle at Night. They're
my brother.
Navajo.
Good show.
They're Navajos. Yeah, it's a good show. Yeah. But anyway, what's your question? No, that's Thomas. That's not Nathaniel. Nathaniel already left. Why?
Yeah.
Oh no! I'll ask him. So, he's basically just asking because you're into sci-fi. Do you recommend any good sci-fi books or any good sci-fi shows or movies or anything like that? No, that's fine. You can ask that question. What do you think, Thomas?
Raiders of the Future anthology.
That's cheap, man. It's cheap.
Volume
42.
Isn't that the easy answer? That's what the show's about, right?
Man, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I actually do think every year the Writers of the Future anthology is a pretty good book to read.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Other than that, honestly, like Joe said, I've kind of struggled to find
them brownie points.
recent books that I enjoy. I've kind of gone back more to classic sci-fi, Heinlein and Asimov and Haldeman, guys like that. Just kind of reading things I've missed. In terms of TV, I really enjoyed season 1 of Severance. I think that's the best TV I've seen in the past few years. Just ignore season 2 though. Season 1 is the only season they've made. Let's just say that.
Yes, well, that kind of reminds me of another.
What's that about?
Yeah, like our generation was, just ignore season 5 of Dallas because it was only, JR's wife's dream.
Well, Jack, I can tell you, just ignore season
Severance?
1 of
So Severance is it's on Apple TV. It's a show where a company has invented a procedure to completely separate your personal and work life, so that you can't even remember work when you're at home. You can't remember what you did at home when you're at work. They're like two completely separate people.
Oh wow, interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
That is a weird concept, but cool.
You can't talk shop then, huh? At home.
That's probably a good thing. That might save
you can't talk.
But no, it makes good sense. My dad worked for the U.S. Navy. He did top secret sonar work all throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and so he had no choice but to keep work at work, and he was really good at it. So we were friends with his business partner and some of the his secretary and all. We all had gatherings together with families, but he never talked shop because if he did, he could be in prison for life. So that's one I guess inspiration to keep work separate from home. But even though I don't work in the top, I have a forklift. I'm really good at keeping work separate from home. I mean, the two don't need to ever really collide.
I wish I could say that. My studio is in my house, so it's in its own little separate area, but it's in its house. No, Gene, I used to commute every day to work when I worked in New Orleans, but now that I retired, I don't. Anyway, we gotta get out of here. Oh, Thomas, while you're there, if you walk up and you feel nervous to talk about any of the authors, just let me know. I'll introduce you. They're all really nice people. And they really are there for y'all, and they really want to talk to you. But I know sometimes people get a little, starstruck or get a little nervous, and so let me know. I'll introduce you. They're all really good people, and they want to talk to y'all. And John's not lying when he says they're going to ask you for an autograph at the end, because they are. So I watched a couple of y'all turn red when John was telling. I was laughing. I was like, well, I can understand that. Larry Niven.
Yeah, and on Sunday when they unveil the book and all the artwork, you can expect all of your social followings to increase, probably about 400 or 500 people.
It's a lot of fun to watch, and there's a lot of information that comes out of here. I mean, it's just a ton of information. And so it gave me a much better understanding of what authors and illustrators really are, what they go through to be the person that they come out to be. And I'm not just talking about emotional stuff. I'm talking about the whole 9 yards, how to be a good artist, how to be a good author, what makes a good author, whether you should be independent, whether you should have an agent. I mean, there's so many questions in there. And it's, should you have a LLC? Should you have a S Corp? Should you have a Corp? I mean, there's so many things that you need to learn to be successful. And these guys are willing to share all of their own personal information about it, which is fabulous. And they don't mind you asking questions, which is even more fabulous. But anything you want to say before we go, Todd? Because we're going to get ready to get out of here in a second.
I had a quick question for you. I had a quick question for you, Thomas.
Sure.
Are you going to just come out here for the workshop, the awards event, turn around and go back to Japan?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So you're not going to spend any time out here then while you're here?
Yeah, Japanese work culture is
much different than
else.
Ours. Yes, it is. Much different than ours.
Even just taking 10 days to come out for the workshop and the award ceremony was kind of a big ask. So I have to go straight back.
Okay.
Cool. So it's Jimmy, Japanese have a much better work ethic than the Americans do. They want to work and they don't want to fudge it. Americans try to cheat every chance they get, man. Take a little cat navy.
We have the most holidays of any country on the planet, I think.
But with the exception of the Japanese, we work more hours than anybody else on the planet. Figure that one out. Because they're too busy dodging.
Kind of whiplash for me. I used to work in France for 8 years, and there I had basically 40 paid holidays a year.
I was going to say French are laid back, man. Yeah, French are laid back.
That's what I kind of would have thought is France or Europe in general has a lot of holidays, time off.
Yeah, and you're required to take 2 weeks off consecutively.
But also their vacation, when they go on vacation from work, it's like a month off, and then they come back. It's not like we do it here. It's like 5 days, rush to the airport, and then by the time you get home, you have 3 hours to sleep before your next shift.
That's because you've been working with some skanky companies. All the people I know get between 3 and 6 weeks of vacation. Or even the girls at the bank can get up to 5 weeks, and that's just a tell.
But how many jobs have you tried to take all your 3 or 6 weeks of vacation all at once? They always look at you with this winky eye, like, what are you trying to do?
Point there. I was a district manager for this company, and I said, well, I'm going on a month's vacation because I had like 3 months of vacation racked up. And my supervisor, they had a heart attack. He's like, you can't leave me here by myself. I said, dude, I'm going on vacation. So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe call somebody corporate to come help you, but I'm going on vacation. I said, how much money did I make for y'all this year? Bye. And
anyway, I wanted to say thank you, Thomas, for joining us today. You guys don't know this, but I actually screwed up on the time zones, and it turned out he was going to do this at 10:30 in the morning, and then the last minute I went, oh no, I was 2 hours off, and you have to be here 2 hours earlier. So I appreciate you.
Actually, it turns out your original time was correct. I woke up expecting the link to come, and it wasn't coming, and then I thought I missed it, and then at the original time the link came. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, and don't feel bad, Carmen. The one time I was out in Reno on the West Coast in that time zone, I kept waking up every morning at like 6:03, 6:05 in the morning. I'm like, oh God, I'm early. Then I thought, wait a minute, I'm from the East Coast. It's 9 o'clock. I should have been up 2 hours ago. So don't feel bad.
Okay. Yeah. I usually used to doing the time calculations, double checking them and getting them right, but every once in a while I'll make a mistake.
No worries.
Okay, Joe.
It was a pleasure to
get ready
to be
to go.
Here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Sure. Glad you joined us.
Good luck, Thomas. Good luck.
Good luck, Thomas. When we all get to LA.
Good luck.
Have a safe
Thanks,
trip
everybody.
coming in. guys and girls, we're going to get out of here. No, Whisper should be on right now, so y'all might want to hop over there and listen. They should already be on the network.
Yeah, they're on now.
So go check them out. They're a lot of fun to listen to. They get into some pretty scary stories sometimes. So go take a good listen. What do you mean, Mike? No, we have nice, fun stuff and we have scary stuff. Yes. We do everything. That's why we have as many followers as we do, because we do everything. You never know what you're going to find here. But anyway, on that note, we got to go. Thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and the Author's Quill. Thanks for the guys hanging out with us. Give us a little backup tonight. Nice seeing Carmen come in. Thomas, nice meeting you. And on that note, go out and have some fun, people. Enjoy your damn life. It's only this long. Good night, everybody.